Hello everybody, Joe Bag Donuts here, and welcome back for another episode of MUV Alternative. Didn't record yesterday because I got fucking dicked on at work and was outside all day and just was not in the mood to record. I was also outside all day today, matter of fact, got dicked on again, but I didn't do cardio this morning, so I actually have some energy left over to do things. Crazy, right? Anyway, it's hot as fuck outside, I got my AC going. Fuck, what even happened last time? Training exercises, and we gave Sumika the rabbit, and we talked a bit, and she, you know, she's improving, but it's still rough. Still a little rough around the edges, but, you know, a little fine-tuning. We're golden boys. Anyway, what the fuck are we doing, Captain? Those missions we need to work on, spend more in simulator exercise, ensure stay in your element, and cooperate with the other flights. Cool!
そのあたりを徹底的に潰していくからそのつもりでな
Yes, don't just focus on doing. Explain what you're doing so everyone else can make sure you don't get stabbed in the back, ma'am.
何か質問はでは多少早めだが午前の演習評価は以上とする解散気をつけ
Ooh, it's over. Oh, thank God it was only simulator training, because I'm way too sleep deprived for anything else. Field training this afternoon is gonna suck, though. Well, we've got a night combat exercise right after that. I'm excited to get back in my new Shiranui, and I do enjoy the live exercises, but I can already tell I'm gonna be sore for days afterwards. Yup. It shouldn't be too bad during, thanks to the feedback system in my fortified suit, but being subjected to high G-forces takes a toll on your body regardless. The moment the suit comes off, it all catches up to me. If I'd gotten enough sleep the past few days, though, that wouldn't even be an issue. But at the same time, I do think staying up late to review all of Sumika's data is helping, so I'll just have to power through. Yeah, what's up, Suzumiya? Why you here? Alright, time to go pick up Sumika and bring her back here for lunch. Partly to check in and see if my presence had any noticeable effect, but also because I want to show her what the outside world looks like during the daytime. Suzumiya? Sure, what's up? I don't know what you mean. Okay, so this is post a exercise. Oh, that. Biggest fucking thing that can fix any issue. Just talk. Talk. Just communicate. Use your big boy words. That'll fix like 80% of issues in your life. Right. Sorry. But I gotta do this sort of stuff now, so you guys can get some data on the way I move. Otherwise, we'll risk having a similar breakdown of teamwork during an actual battle. What do you mean? We're the main character. Whoa, take it easy. I never said it was, but I also don't think my movements were impossible to coordinate with either. Nope. What? What fucking crawled up your ass? No one's in the wrong. This is what exercises are for. To fucking buff this shit out. Dude, chill, Suzumiya. What's got you so snippy? No, I'm not saying you're wrong, but if me running off my own were such a big problem, don't you think Lieutenant Hayase would have ripped me a new one by now? No. Oh, come on. That's not what I said. Sheesh, what's her deal? The moment I bring up Lieutenant Hayase, she immediately goes docile. Look, you can be the same age as someone but be older than them. Like I'm mid-20s, but I get along and act more like someone who's like mid-30s. Mainly because I was the youngest on both sides of my family, so I was always around people that were older than me, so, you know.
なんか珍しい組み合わせだね。何か怪しいそうだ？そんなんじゃないわよ。あ、そうだ。
春子だって左翼ポジションなんだから何か言ってやりなさいよ。
Here we go again.
ああ、さっきのこと。別にいいんじゃない？特に問題ないんだし。
ちょっと何言ってんの？問題だらけじゃない。
そうかな。結果的には良かったと思ったんだけどな。
Yep.
だって春子だってまともに支援できなかったじゃない。あれは白金の軌道に追いつけなかったからなんじゃないの？
まあそうなんだけど、あれは支援の必要がないんだって判断したんだよね。
Nice.
だから白金を支援対象から外して三剣や右翼のバックアップに集中するようにしてたんだ。
Whoa, that's some sharp thinking. It's like when you're playing, I won't get too in depth, but I did play Final Fantasy XIV for a bit, and I did play White Mage because instant queue time is nice. You know, when you're fucking three-man fucking teaming a raid and your party's doing good, you know, you can fucking cast some heals on the other team, it's fine. You know, help out the dude playing Astrologian who's just getting some fucking dicked over by bad cards. But I don't think that's how the system works anymore. They fucking redid a bunch of shit in Shadowbringers, which I didn't play, so this isn't going anywhere, so I'm gonna move it forward. I mean, I'm a little sad she didn't give me any attention, but I'd say your situational awareness is about on par with Makoto's.
でもそれじゃあいくら三剣がエレメント組んでるって言ったっていつか白金は孤立しちゃうでしょ。
そうなったらそうなったでしょうがないよ。
そんなのダメだよ。ベータの中で孤立したらやられちゃうじゃない。
Yeah, that's his own fault.
その時こそガンスイーパー、つまり茜がオーバーラップして威力制圧すればいいんじゃない？
Just get good. Healers adjust.
それって切り捨てるってことだよね。春子は白金が孤立しちゃったら切り捨てるのも仕方がないっていうの？
Yes. Fuck that. Use your rescue on someone else who actually needs it, besides the black mage just sitting his fucking ley line in the middle of all the AoEs. Just be like, come on, man. My rotation's going good.
ストームヴァンガードってそういうポジションだと思うんだけどな。
Whoa, she didn't even flinch. I always thought she was kind of a ditz, but I guess she's got a bit of a cold-blooded side.
ストームヴァンガードは捨て駒ってこと？
単純にそう思ってるわけじゃないけど、極端に言えばそうだね。あくまで任務優先でしょ。白金の救助がその障害になるならそれも仕方がないよ。
でもそんなに簡単に左翼前衛を切り捨てちゃったら戦力バランスが崩れて任務の達成どころじゃなくなるよ。
違う。左翼と右翼の戦力バランスはもともと崩れてるんだよ。
Really?
どういうこと？
私が見る限り白金の技能が突出してる分戦力バランスは左が勝ってる。だから支援を右翼側に振ることでちょうどいいバランスになるんだよね。
でも全く支援なしなんて。
当然ほっとくわけじゃないよ。だけど白金三剣コンビは支援なしでも十分機能するから常に気にする必要はないでしょ。
Yeah, they're big boys and girls. They can fucking watch themselves.
そうやってバランスが情報修正された分相対的に部隊戦力も上がってるんじゃない？だからさっき結果的にいいって言ったんだけどね。
Wow. Guess being an impact guard really does give her a lot more perspective. Hell, she might actually be well suited for command. Not that Suzumiya doesn't have a point, but like most Storm Vanguard hopefuls, she's kind of got blinders on when it comes to the big picture. And Kashiwagi's position allows her to see the entire battlefield from a top-down perspective. To her, it's almost like a team sport. If I remember right, Suzumiya was on the swim team and Kashiwagi played basketball. Though come to think of it, Class Rep played lacrosse and Tama did archery, so both wings have one person who played team sports and one person who played individual sports. Kashiwagi's the left impact guard and Tama's the right. Suzumiya's the left gun sweeper and Class Rep's the right. Man, Captain's incredible. She clearly took our personalities into account when choosing our positions, and also ensured both ends of the formation had the same amount of combined experience.
それに孤立した時切り捨てられるのはストームヴァンガードに限った話じゃない。みんな同じだよ。
Yep, shit happens.
だからもし私がそうなっても助けに来る必要はないからね。
分かってるよ。
It'd be nice if you did, though.
だけ けど任務に支障がない限り、それが誰であっても私は助けるから。
茜らしいけど、そこまで気負わなくてもいいんじゃないかな。
別に気負ってなんかいないよ。
みんなだって死にたいわけじゃないんだから、孤立する前に注意するでしょ。ね、白金。
Yep, pretty much.
茜だって丸腰の白金が何体ものベータを相手に戦った記録見たでしょ。
うん。
あれは白金の機動制御技術が十分武器になるって証拠なんだし、私たちがそのレベルに合わせるべきなんじゃないかな。
Well, I did get my ass handed to me at the end.
実戦兵装と適切な支援があれば結果は違っていたよ。
I appreciate your confidence in me, but that doesn't change what happens. There's no point in thinking about what-if scenarios.
まあそうだね。
And Suzumiya's right. I wasn't really thinking about how I might be affecting you guys in the rear. I don't intend to change my process, but from now, I'll make more of an effort to be considerate of the whole team.
白金。
After all, I don't ever want to get myself in a situation where I need backup and you guys can't provide it.
ちゃんとやるから安心しなよ。
Thanks for calling me out on that, Suzumiya. Hopefully you'll be better able to back me up in the future now.
任務に支障がない限りね。じゃあ私行くから。
While that happened,
行っちゃった。
you think she's mad at me?
そんなことないよ。茜にとって白金は大きな壁だから、いろいろと複雑なんだよ、きっと。
Yeah, maybe. Not only is she determined to reach Suzumiya, what? Lieutenant Hayase's level, but she also doesn't want to let her sister and her fallen comrades down. That's why she wants to be a Storm Vanguard so badly, and why the captain made her a gunsweeper to make sure she didn't get herself killed prematurely. I know where she's coming from, so I can understand why she might have some mixed feelings towards me. But she's not the type to deflect the blame, or resent others due to her own insecurities. I don't think she's that petty. I mean, she didn't snap back at anything Kashiwagi was saying. In fact, it seems like she took it to heart. Hey, have you two never talked about this sort of thing before?
なんで？
Well, it's just that Suzumiya seemed really surprised to hear how cut and dry your opinion on abandoning people was.
ああ、そういうこと？
It's a little hard to believe you guys were in the same squad for so long without ever broaching the subject. I mean, in Squad 207B, we were constantly talking about that sort of stuff.
そうだね。しなかったわけじゃないんだけど、あそこまでの話にはならなかったかな。
Why is that?
A 分隊には B 分隊みたいに気が強い人が3人もいなかったからね。
She must mean class rep Ayamine and Maya. But if you never talk about it, everyone's gonna develop conflicting viewpoints on how things should be done. The fact that you never had a big disagreement before is crazy to me.
A 分隊はちゃんと茜でまとまってたから、ぶつかる必要なんてなかったんだよ。
I see. So you just went along with whatever she said then?
そういうわけでもないんだけどね。
Then what was it?
訓練部隊で教練する目的と任官っていう目標の範囲で考えれば、茜の指揮や考え方に異論はなかったからね。
Yep, sometimes you just gotta fucking shut up and color even though you don't agree. Man, I'm amazed how pragmatic this girl is. In other words, there was never any reason to express opposing viewpoints, since Suzumiya's approach was more than enough to get them commissioned. And knowing how feisty Suzumiya can be, I could see her getting at least a little defensive if someone suddenly expressed discontent with her way of doing things. But now, after what happened to Sergeant Jinguji and your fellow squad mates, you finally felt the need to address the issue?
それは違うよ。もともと私はこういう人間なんだってば。
Thanks for being a straight shooter. I see. Wow. Never would have pinned you as the type.
あらら、もしかして嫌われちゃったかな。
No, not at all. If anything, I'm pleasantly surprised. I seriously respect you for that.
白金ってやっぱり変わってるね。
Wait, what? What was that supposed to mean?
軍人としては正しくても普通嫌がるよ、こういう割り切りって。
Wait, seriously? I always figured that was pretty commonplace in this world, and people like Suzumiya were in the minority.
やっぱり変わり者だよ、白金は。
How so? We're all prepared for that possibility. Everyone knows we're gonna have to make sacrifices in order to win.
そうなんだけど、みんなの覚悟にはどこか悲壮感っていうか重さを感じるでしょ。
Yeah, I know what you mean.
私ってその辺軽い感じがするらしいんだよね。ここに来る前は帝国の軍属中等学校だったから結構いろいろ言われたよ。
I see. I'm so used to being around people like Meiya and Yuko-sensei, I assumed they were the norm rather than the exception.
それどころか弟たちにまで冷たいって言われるくらいだから、私を普通に感じる白金もかなりずれてるよね。
Oh? You have brothers?
うん、14歳と10歳。上の子はもうすぐ徴兵だから、特にその辺にはうるさいんだよね。
I see. He's still got that romanticized view of the military life then. He wants to be a hero to his family or fight the beta to defend the human
ま
race.
あ、軍隊の現実を見ればいろいろ変わると思うけど、今時貴重な男だからね。一族の期待も大きいし、しょうがないよ。
Considering you were good enough to get into this unit, he's got a lot to live up to.
私？ああ、ダメダメ。さっきも言ったけど、大行な覚悟たれみたいなのにうんざりして帝国軍を蹴ってここに志願した口だから。
And I guess the real reason you made it into this squadron was because you were chosen as a candidate for the 00 unit.
それにさ、家族であってもここの任務内容言えないでしょ。
Hey, something bad happens to him, bad training accident, or they make it back a little rough from an infiltration mission, you know? Like, oops, brain's still intact, let's just put it in a jar for later, you know? Really?
まあ口には出さないけど、お母さんなんかはその方が安心みたい。弟も国連軍に志願するように勧めてたしね。
Of course. Any parent would feel that way deep down.
だからさ、そういう建前とか大層な覚悟に振り回されるのっておかしいなって思うんだよね。効率悪いっていうか。
Hey man, sometimes you just join because you get fucking healthcare and schooling, and that's all you need. Do your 4 years, peace out, and like thank you for your service, goodbye. And that's fine. You don't need fucking grand ambitions to serve your country. No. But isn't that kind of the norm? You even said so yourself.
結局大きな流れには逆らえない。それなら割り切った方が楽なんだけどね。
Embrace the suck. Yeah, probably so.
部隊でも個人でも与えられた役割を完璧にこなすことが全てなんだから、そこに理由を求めるのは疲れるしね。
I can definitely understand that perspective. I'm not capable of accepting the way things are done here, but I'm trying to face reality without flinching. To a third-party observer, it probably looks like the same thing. But it's pretty amazing that Kashiwagi can stare at the same cold, hard truths with such a stoic attitude.
でもまあ変わり者の仲間が増えてよかったよ。お互い似た者同士、冷めた目で見守り合おうよ。
Yeah, us outcasts need to stick together. As, fucking, oh god, what's the word? Oxymoronic as that sounds. A cynical eye out? What the hell does that even mean?
気にしない気にしない。
I don't even know if oxymoronic is a real adjective, but you know, it's an oxymoron, so add an ick to the end. Boom, there you go. English. It's great.
なんだ。
The whole purpose of language is to be able to describe ideas. Doesn't matter if it's by the book correct, as long as you get the point across, that's all that matters.
話をするなら飯を食いながらだってできるだろう。
ああ、そういえばそうですね。注意たちもまだですよね。一緒に。
Kashiwagi may call herself a cynic, but it doesn't seem to make her any less outgoing. That's kind of cool. You assume someone with an outlook like that would be more of an unfriendly loner.
せっかくだがもう済んだよ。
Huh? How'd you eat that fast? Dude, you've been in the military for years. You should know people fucking
常在戦場の心得忘れちゃいかんな。
Yeah, but It's only been 15 minutes.
終わったのが少し早かったでしょ。だから BX が空いていたのよ。
Yeah, that's more than enough time.
しまった。もう混み始めてるだろうな。
Man, I can see Lieutenant Munakata eating fast, but you, Lieutenant Kazuma? I have a hard time imagining that. Or rather, I don't particularly want to imagine it.
やだ。白金少尉、変なこと言わないで。
お前が瞳子にどんな無双を抱いているか知らないが、この子は私より食うのが早いからな。それが現実だ。
That's hot.
常在戦場の心得ですわ。
Nothing wrong with liking food, enjoying it. Wow, I never would have guessed.
どうでもいいがお前たち、早く行かないと飯食う時間がなくなるぞ。さあ行った行った。
Whoa, hey, Lieutenant Munakata?
午後の演習遅れるなよ。
Sheesh. The heck was that about?
さてね、二人っきりになりたかったんじゃないの？
Huh?
あの二人、
Are they a
いつも
thing?
一緒にいるからね。
Hmm. Wait a minute. Are you implying that they're, you know... Still, though, they could at least get a room with some privacy. Where's the fun in that?
白金、何想像してんの？
No, I mean, well, I guess it's their prerogative, and it's not like the military prohibits it, so...
もう何言ってんの？注意も少尉も左翼ポジションだから連携確認してるんだと思うよ。
Huh? Oh, right. Lieutenant Munakata is a gun interceptor, and Lieutenant Kazuma is a blast guard. The two kind of go hand in hand. What the hell? You're the one who was making all the innuendo-laden remarks. I just can't say certain words, I'm sorry.
男の子だもんね。
Like, my squadron had a promotion ceremony a couple weeks ago, and I was chosen as the reader because, wow, for some reason, this kid, he's able to read words off a page without knowing them first, and most of the time, you know, he does pretty good. I wonder how he did that, and I'm just like, that's because I used to be an air traffic controller. No other reasons. Don't look into it. But yeah, you know, I just can't say. Everyone made fun of me afterwards because I say premote instead of promote. I don't like the way promote. The mouthfeel is bad. It's too round, you know? It feels like you got a ping pong ball in your mouth and you're trying to talk around it. No. Promotee versus promotee. Just a you know. I also say eggs. It sounds normal to me, but I guess it's like eggs. Chickens lay eggs. You write with crayons. Draw with crayons. But enough about my weird idiosyncranistic speech patterns. God damn it. She's totally treating me like a little brother. You got me good this time, but I'll have my revenge someday. I don't think you will.
どうする？一緒に行く？
I totally forgot. I was gonna take Sumika out today. Sorry. I got a special mission from the XO.
あらら、振られちゃったか。じゃあ、一人寂しく食べるとしますか。
Sorry, babe. You're not on the fucking route list, so... Sorry. See you later.
頑張ってね。
Sweet. Looks like the coast is clear. This spot will be perfect.
風があるね。
Feels better than being cooped up in that dark, stuffy room, doesn't it? If you don't like it, though, we can always go back.
一緒にいたいからここでいいよ。
After all, we couldn't eat in the PX, not unless everyone else was busy training. I can't just parade her around in front of the whole unit without Yuko Sensei's permission. Let them know that O unit even exists at this point. They'd also be very confused why she's also wearing your unit patch. It'd make it a lot harder to just say, oh yeah, she's new here. They'd be like, but she works with us? What? Does she have the rabbit I made her? Oh, she does. Wasn't sure that she'd take it, given that it's based on a memory I shared with Sumika back in my world, but it looks like she's pretty fond of it. Though I don't want to jump to conclusions and assume it's the reason she responded so naturally yesterday. I'd like to believe it, but that's just wishful thinking for now. Either way, it's really great to see her wearing it. It's like a keychain, but it's not actually on the sprite, so let's just use our imaginations. Hell, even if she doesn't see any deeper meaning behind it and just thinks it's a cute keychain, that's good enough for me. Well, okay then. Let's have a seat and chat down. In order to perfectly replicate a human body, the 00 unit even was designed with a working digestive system and even functional taste buds. I think it's important to have her start using them. Of course, it's not as though she can actually process the food and absorb its nutrients. Yeah, it'd be weird not being able to eat, considering, human psychology and the way the brain works. Even if you didn't, get hungry, quote-unquote, and have, the physiological need, it's probably good for your psyche to taste food and to eat things. That probably makes your brain release the feel-good chemicals so you don't fucking kill yourself. But even so, I think it's important for her to eat proper meals, and not just the nutrient paste they developed for the 00 unit. She's never gonna think like a human being, unless we treat her like one. Hey, CG's nice. Unless it's just a really up-close sprite. But I don't think so. Ta-da! Today, we're having a miso broiled mackerel special. Ooh, that sounds really good. This is one of the best synthetic meals they've got. It's super popular. There's so many people in this world who don't ever get to eat anything like this. It does kind of feel like a waste, since she doesn't actually need the nutrients. But it's going to help save humanity, so... This is the piece de resistance from the repertoire of the UN military's very own Iron Chef, Mrs. Kyozuka. What do you think? Looks pretty tasty, huh?
そうかな。
Ah, come on. It was one of life's few great pleasures. Oh, hello, siren. Hello, police. I mean, not police, fire station siren. We'll just talk over you.
たけるちゃんは喜び見出してるの？
I mean, yeah. Oh man, I can just see on my soundbar on fucking OBS it going up whenever that fucking siren starts going. Whoa, we're actually having a normal conversation. She's doing great today. Yeah, though there was a time when you guys almost took all the joy out of it for me. That lunchbox hell and the class cook-off, those memories from my world feel a lifetime away now. Oh, she's eating? She's even using her chopsticks the right way. Way to go, Sumika. Is there... I know there's by-the-book ways to use chopsticks, but there's like 10 different ways. Just as long as you can use them, it doesn't fucking matter. Is that the way I hold mine? That's about the way.
何？
How is it? Does it taste good?
ああ、ごめんね。
Huh? Sorry for what? Did Kazumi's habit of apologizing all the time rub off on her?
はい。
We in there, boys! Huh?
なんだ、いらないの？
Huh?
いいよ。私が自分で食べちゃうから。
No. Yeah, you do that. Man, ooh, there really is something different about her today. It's like she's a completely different person. That sounded almost exactly like the Sumika I remember. I know I shouldn't get all spun up over every little improvement I notice, but still.
何？
Oh, nothing. Sorry. It's too early to assume she's regaining her old self. Given that her rabbit felt meaningful to me, but I can't expect too much this soon. Giving her that rabbit. My mind's really eager to connect this Sumika with the girl in my memories, but there's a good chance this could all just be a coincidence.
おいしいね。
Yeah? Glad you like it. Go on, eat up. Regardless, she's still acting like a normal human being, which is a huge step forward. She showed some seashells by the seashore. She showed some pretty drastic improvement last night, too, but nothing quite this natural. But I did push her pretty hard yesterday, so I'd better play it safe today. I won't try to goad her into acting like the Sumika I know. I'll just talk to her like any random person.
この味で思い出したんだけど、ちょっと前にも一緒に食べたよね。
Few weeks?
サバ味噌定食。
Huh? You like siphoning off Kazumi's memories? When was this? We did?
あれ、違ったかな。みつるぎさんや榊さんたちも一緒だったじゃない？
Yeah, you guys are like fucking sharing your basis of memories with each other, which is kind of weird. Just like fuse into one person. It'll make life so much easier. Man, class rep? Is she getting those names from my memories? She couldn't know those two in this world. But when did I ever eat miso-broiled mackerel with the whole gang back in my world? It wasn't during the cook-off, and I don't remember it being in any of the lunches they made for me. Weird. Actually, maybe she's remembering a time she ate it with this world's version of me before... No, wait, it must have been Kazumi. Sumika couldn't have eaten anything a few weeks back because she was still just a brain. And she couldn't have eaten it with the other me either. This is Mrs. Kyozuka's signature recipe, after all. And Kazumi already knows everyone from Squad 207. So Sumika must have read Kazumi's memories with me. Kazumi's memories with me. Okay. I didn't see where the fucking apostrophe was there on the S, so I'm like, huh? And now she's treating them like her own. Or maybe Kazumi's been deliberately feeding her those memories to keep her from going insane? Oh, well, shoot. Either way, this isn't great news. Now, it's practically impossible to know which behaviors are coming from our own personal memories and not from someone else's. Even once Sumika is in better shape mentally and Kazumi can read her mind again, all these memories will be jumbled together in one big heap. Hey man, we can fucking sort them out then.
間違ってたのかな。
Just play into it for now, man. Okay, I need to stop worrying about whether her memories line up with mine and just start interacting with her as she is now. If nothing else, I can at least take advantage of the fact that she's got my memories with Kazumi to come up with some good conversation starters.
余計なこと考えるのやめた。頭痛くなっちゃうし。
Hey, there we go. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about that existential dread. Just don't think about it. Don't let it set in. Yeah, for sure. Wouldn't want that. Interesting. She's so convinced that her jumbled up memories are the source of her headaches, huh? Now, if only I could figure out what specific thoughts take more of a toll on her quantum conductive brain, then we'd really be getting somewhere. But right now, she's able to sustain a casual conversation for much, much longer than before. I don't want to experiment with risky topics that might undo that progress.
やっぱり私の勘違いだった？
So much for letting it go. Clearly it's still bugging her. This could pose a problem. Oh, wait, you're right. I do remember that day. Sorry, it just slipped my mind for a sec.
たけるちゃんひどい。
I know, not cool. Sorry about that.
別にいいよ。
Huh?
関係ないことだから。
Oh. Just when I thought she was starting to loosen up a bit, she's gone right back to her old blank expression. Still, this is quite a difference from last night's intense mood swings. She may not be showing as broad a spectrum of emotions, but there's definitely some huge changes happening under the surface. In any case, she's making serious progress. Keep it up, Sumika.
もういらない。
What? You're full already?
こんなもの食べても無駄だよ。
Oh, come on, that's not true.
早く訓練に戻りたいよ。
Here we go.
殺したい。
Well, now we're moving in a bad direction. But if I try to force the conversation onto a different topic, she'll just dismiss it as pointless. I might even induce another headache if I push too hard. I think I'd better try to slowly steer this into something at least tangentially related. Hey, Sumika, What exactly do you do in training?
何言ってるの？あいつらを皆殺しにするための訓練に決まってるじゃん。
Yeah, but how? But, is it in a simulator, I mean?
よくわかんないけど、ゲームみたいなやつだよ。ほら、タケルちゃんが好きだったさ。
Huh? A video game?
早く続きをしたい。殺して殺して殺して、全部殺したい。
Sumika, you know about Valgrinon?
え？何言ってるの？そんなの当たり前じゃん。
Huh. So she has been reading my mind. She's taken Cosmi's memories and my memories and adopting them as her own. If that's the case, then even if I try to use those memories to strike up a conversation, I'll never truly be talking to this world, Sumika. I'll be talking to an amalgamation of her, myself, and Kazumi. Can I really call her Sumika if her memories are all fabricated? Is it really a good idea to use those memories as a base to kickstart her identity?
時間もうないよ。そろそろ。
Huh? Oh, right.
明日も一緒にお昼食べようね。
Yeah, it was fun. Okay, sounds good.
またお弁当作ってきてあげるよ。
Sweet. Looking forward to it. Lunchbox, huh? Is that another memory of mine she's adopted? Or did she use, or did she used to make me lunch in this world too?
行こう、タケルちゃん。
Sorry, but I got field training after this, so I can't walk you all the way back.
じゃあ夜は一緒にいられる？
I'll pop by sometime in the evening, but after that, we're doing night combat training down in the city, and that's gonna run really late.
訓練？いいな。訓練。
Kazumi said she'd come pick you up after lunch, so I'll hang around with you until then, okay?
私も一緒に訓練したいよ。
Sorry, no can do. Now, you be a good girl and don't complain, or we won't be able to eat lunch together tomorrow.
そうか。じゃあしょうがないね。
Progress, we're making progress. Yep, that's right. Ah, damn it. I'm going about this all wrong. It shouldn't matter whether she resembles my world's Sumika or this world's Sumika. I'm the only one who cares about that. As far as the rest of the world is concerned, that's totally irrelevant. As long as she's unmistakably human, all I need to be focusing on is perfecting the 00 unit so we can actually stand a chance against the beta. If I put my own selfish desires before that, I'll be making the exact same mistake I did before, and I can't let that happen. Right now, humanity's needs come first. I can work on getting what I want after the job is done.
かすみちゃん、早く来ないかな。
Don't know.
素晴らしい成果じゃない。途中経過としては言うことないわ。
Fucking leaps and bounds better than what we started with. Really?
確かに 100% には程遠いけど、データを見る限り十分実用に耐える数値ね。
More than ready? It sounds more like she's fucking just scraping by.
少なくとも予定通り25日に運用評価試験を実施できるレベルよ。よくやってくれたわね。
Thanks. I appreciate it.
極東国連軍と帝国軍はあんたに最大級の感謝をするべきね。総力を挙げて準備していた評価試験が無駄にならずに済んだんだから。
Wait, why the
今日のデータ
IJF?
のおかげで25日の評価試験に最終的なゴーサインが出るから、明日にでもいすみからブリーフィングがあるはずよ。
Sorry, I understand the UN's role in all this, but why would the IJF be involved with the 00 unit's evaluation?
明日になれば嫌でもわかるけど、今聞きたいの？
What, is it gonna be fucking team battle or fucking, you know, one team versus the other? Is it gonna be a joint exercise? I'd really appreciate that. I want to know as soon as possible so I can plan accordingly.
じゃあ重要なところだけ。詳細は明日いすみから聞きなさい。
Okay.
00ユニットの運用評価試験は佐渡島で行われるわ。
Trial by fire, huh? What? Sadokushima?
そうよ。
Just fucking hopping right in. Crank it to 11. Hive infiltration. Let's go. But I thought this was just a practical assessment. That island is full-on beta territory. There's a hive there and everything.
だからこそ佐渡島なのよ。00ユニットの運用目的を考えれば絶好のロケーションでしょ。
Fuck the baby wheels. Get on that motorcycle, child. Oh, this is crazy. You're just gonna toss her right into actual combat?
実戦以外にどうやって00ユニットの実用性を証明できるっていうのかしら。
She's got a point. But you said she'd only be put on the front lines after passing the assessment.
本当の最前線は大陸よ。戦略的に言えば佐渡島は全勝レベルでしかないわ。
Sadogashima is the fucking swamp full of giant rats and frogs behind Lumbridge and fucking RuneScape. It's not real. Oh, what the hell, dude? Weren't you the one who kept saying Japan was on the front lines? Okay, but even so, don't you think it's a little early for this? She's not even completely stable yet.
もたもたして
Who
たら
cares?
オルタネイティブ
As long as she can kill the beta
息を吹き返すわ
and
よ。
come back alive.
ここで一気に畳みかける必要があるわ。
I realize that, but Sumika hasn't even trained in actual TSF yet. She should at least...
だからこそあんたたちの部隊がいるんじゃない。
Well, yeah, but still.
どうしたの？絶対に彼女を守るんじゃなかったの？
Yeah, but we're just trying not to fucking lose her at the very beginning. I mean, I'll do my duty, sure, but there's no way in hell we can take out an entire beta hive all by ourselves.
安心しな
Yeah,
さい。
not by ourselves.
出撃するのはあんたたちだけじゃないから。さっきも言ったけど、極東国連軍と帝国軍が00ユニットを守るわ。
She did say she was looking to other options to compensate for our lack of battle-ready troops. I guess this is what she was talking about. So it's a joint operation then?
そうよ。少しは安心した？
After that huge debacle a couple weeks back, I'm impressed she convinced them to cooperate on this.
オルタネイティブ計画自体は国連直轄だけど、第4計画は日本主導だからね。
Right. I remember Undersecretary Thomas A. mentioning that around the time the coup broke out. You can tell I've been working all day because my brain is not working right now. But I thought they were more or less forced into being the host country due to the fact that the Yokohama hive was here, and they just shelled out the funds to establish the base and donated the military tech.
オルタネイティブ4は各国の次期計画案の中から日本案が採用されて始まったのよ。知らなかった？
Nope. But that proposal was entirely dependent on your theory, wasn't it? And you're an agent of the UN forces now.
確かにそうだけど、私はもともと帝国大学量子物理研究所に所属しているからね。
Oh, so then, doesn't that mean your theory's imperial property, technically?
因果律量子論にしろ、人格数値化にしろ、国費で研究してたんだから、私個人のものですって言っても筋が通らないでしょ。
I guess not. No.
それに国連所属って言っても第4計画が動いている相手だけ出向しているようなものよ。国連機関職員、つまり玉瀬事務次官と同じ国際公務員ってこと。
So in other words, even though you're technically a member of the UN, you're still thinking of Japan first and foremost? I know Undersecretary Thomas was. I'm pretty sure every decision he made was ultimately aimed at improving Japan's future.
日本の国益がどうこうなんて正直興味ないわね。
That doesn't exactly sound like a cooperative relationship.
私は自分の計画を成功させたいだけ。だけど、その結果が日本の国益に直結しているのは確かよ。日本政府はオルタネイティブ4の成功を望んでいる。だから協力する。自然じゃない？
Okay, I'm gonna... No. Hold on, I gotta stand up and, like, pop my ankle. Yeah. Oh, you could probably hear that on mic. Oh, God, that feels so much better now. Oh. Ouch. The tendons are, like, pinching my ankle, so... I'm a real poppy person. Let's see if I can pop my elbows. Oh. Oh, yeah, a little ASMR for you there. That was both my elbows. I can do that. People fucking hate it when I do it at work. Sure, I could see the government cooperating, but the IJF? Just judging from the coup d'etat incident, they sure as hell don't seem to like us very much.
確かにそこが困りどころだったのよね。
I know soldiers are expendable to set aside... Expected. I know they're expendable, but that's not what the sentence said. They're expected to set aside personal bias in the name of duty. But given that Captain Sagiri was able to stage such a huge rebellion, they've clearly got some serious anti-American, anti-UN elements in the ranks. We've never even practiced alongside the IJF before, and we're jumping straight into a joint operation with them? What makes you think this won't be a total disaster?
まさかとは思うけど、あんた分かってて聞いてるわけじゃないのよね。
Yeah, they're gonna try real fucking hard to get that hive off their fucking island. Sorry, about what?
まあいいわ。
What you trying to say? That I already know the answer, but I'm pretending I don't?
帝国軍との合同演習ならとっくに済んでるじゃない。
Huh?
あんたがさっきから言ってるクーデター未遂事件。あの時すでに国連軍と帝国軍は一つの指揮系統の下で戦っているのよ。
Oh, right. There were UN troops fighting alongside the IJF all across the country.
アメリカ軍の強行介入は余計だったけど、頼みもしないのに悪役を引き受けてくれたんだから、結果的に私たちは得したわね。それに、あんたが心配している目先のさじで感情的になる連中は、その事件で一網打尽にされてるはずだけど。
Ah, nothing like a national incident to root out dissidents. Huh?
しかも国連軍とはいえ日本人の部隊がアメリカ軍を差し置いて将軍を救出したことで帝国軍は今とても私たちに好意的。
You didn't...
ついでに公務員殿下もあんたたちの任官に異例の祝辞を寄せるほどの感謝っぷりでしょ。ダメ押しにその時あんたたちとイスミたちが嫌というほど優秀性を見せつけた XM3 を共同作戦参加の見返りに提供するのよ。
They signed on to this just for that? I mean, she did mention that it would serve as a huge bargaining chip, but still.
XM3 に関してはこの基地に駐留する部隊に試験導入してからなんて慎重ぶってたけど、本当は喉から手が出るほど欲しいはずだわ。
Yeah. The IJF unit on this base. She must mean Lieutenant Tsukiyomi's Imperial Royal Guard unit.
日本主導のオルタネイティブ4はうまくいく。新型 OS はタダで手に入る。悲願である佐渡島ハイブの排除は叶う。協力を断る理由が帝国側にあるかしら。
Yeah, it's too good of a deal. They couldn't.
そういうことよ。
I see. That explains why Sensei has been so busy lately. She's been meeting with the IJF to draft up a strategy and prepare for this huge operation. But there is one thing that's still bugging me.
素晴らしいわ。確実に未来を変えているという証拠よ。それにこの事態は私たちにとっては好都合よ。
Well, that's what Yuko Sensei said back when the fighting first broke out. I highly doubt she was the mastermind behind the entire coup d'etat, but it's pretty plain to see that she got a lot out of it. Hey man, shit's already rolling, might as well hop on. Clearly she must have known a rebellion was imminent prior to it actually happening, but decided to keep quiet about it and instead made a ton of preparations for it that would spin the outcome in her favor. Which, of course, would imply that Chief Yoroi was in on it too.
何か言いたそうね。
Yeah, how is he? Is he alive or dead? You know? Nope, nothing at all.
そう。
I hope he's okay. He's cool. That's exactly what Yuko Sensei would have done, so there's no point in asking for confirmation. Maya once mentioned how important it is to be able to flip a negative situation into a positive one. Yuko Sensei absolutely has that talent. In terms of the quantum causality theory, that would mean that Yuko Sensei is far more apt than most at making subconscious decisions that lead to her ideal timeline. I think it's best that I leave all the political maneuvering and whatnot to her. I don't need to be constantly expressing childish... I'm just going to start that whole sentence over. I don't need to be constantly expressing childish reservations My job here is to help Sumika. She's what I need to be focusing on right now. Yeah, ooh, that was rough. Then I can find whatever it is that made me a causality conductor and get rid of it and fix all the worlds I've interfered with. Yeah, and get the you in that timeline out of jail, probably, for, you know, breaking into a nuclear facility. I understand why they're participating in this joint operation now. I'll trust your discretion and continue to devote my energy to tuning Sumiko.
そう頼んだわよ
We still have 2 days before the evaluation. I want to do everything I can before then to stabilize Sumiko.
それは結構だけどあんた自身の訓練がおろそかにならないようにね本番で連携できませんでしたじゃシャレにならないわよ
Yes, I realize that. Don't worry. But isn't ensuring Sumika's stability what's most important?
そうね
Do you have any idea why she's suddenly so stable? Like, could you tell from her data or my reports? If I know what I'm doing right, it'll make my job a lot easier.
データはともかくあんたのウサギ作戦が大成功だったってことは確かでしょうね
I mean, trust me, I'd love for that to be the reason, but how can you be so sure?
その理由どうしても今聞きたい
Huh? Why? Are you about to drop another truth bomb on me?
まああんたにとってはそうとも言えるわね
Sure. Go ahead. Huh. And you actually think I can handle it? Here I figured you were just getting my hopes up. Hell, I was convinced she'd evade the question before I even asked.
00ユニットの調律に関わるあんたの言動を今日まで見てきた結果だけど私は今利害が一致した人間としてあんたをかなり信用し始めているわ
Hey, we're getting Yuko points. Huh?
あんたの精神的な成長に合わせて情報開示のコントロールをするつもりなのは変わらないだけどあんたが自力でたどり着いた疑問には答えてもいい頃だと思っているのよ
So you're saying this answer might really upset me? But you trust me enough now that you think I'll be able to handle it anyway? Alright then. If you think I've earned your trust, then I'd like you to tell me.
確かに微妙な話なんだけど00ユニットもここまで安定しているしもう種を明かしても大丈夫かしらね本当にいいのね
Fuck it. We're gonna have to learn eventually. Yes.
ウサギ作戦が成功だって理由それは私の仮説が証明されたからよ
Your hypothesis?
そう因果律量子論における因果動態仮説の一つをあんたがバッチリ実証してくれたから
Huh?
彼女の変化には白金が因果動態であることが大きく関係している
What do you mean?
あっちの世界の鏡住処に因果動態である白金が関わることであんたに関する記憶が虚数時空間に流出したわね
So they were just floating the multiverse for a while, and then we got the double O unit up and running, and it's like, oh, fucking a new valve open for them to flow into to this world. Cool. Yes?
同様に因果動態である白金が関わることでこの世界の鏡住処つまり00ユニットにその記憶が流れ込んでいるのよ
Works for me. Huh? Yeah. What are you so surprised about? Like, I thought we were all on the same page that, yeah, that's what was going to happen. Wait, but you told me this world would be safe because it had a higher concentration of causality. Doesn't that flip the theory on its head? Then, am I going to start suffering horrific tragedies? Am I going to start causing horrific tragedies to occur in this world too?
心配しなくてもいいわ
No. Seems like Sumika's probably a special case.
現れるのは主体世界であるこの世界から客体世界に関わった時のみだから
So then, why is this world Sumika receiving memories from that world?
世界は平行を求めるその影響で因果動態を
Yeah,
介
there's
して
such
因果
there's
情報
such
のや
a
り取りが発生
lack
するのよ
of Sumika information in this world that it's just gonna fucking suck in whatever it can get. Right. You told me that in the other world.
因果のやり取りに順序があることも話したわね
Huh? We have?
ああそうねあっちの私が話したはずだけどもう一度言うわ
What? Even though the other sensei already told me? Oh well, maybe she didn't go into that much detail.
まず因果動態の影響で客体世界に因果の欠損が発生し、次にその欠損領域に主体世界からの因果が流入する。これが順序。
Uh-huh. Oh, so that's what she's talking about. Right, Yuka-sensei did say that the people who lost their memories would be most susceptible to rogue causality from this world.
一つ聞くけど、あんたから見てあっちの私に因果動態の影響は何かあった？
Not particularly. No, not really. She even told me she wasn't.
ところが実際は影響があったのよ。
Yeah, she was just too smart to let it show. Huh?
あっちの私も白金に関わる記憶は流出していたのよ。もちろん因果の軽い最近の記憶からね。
But she had instructions from you on how to prevent that, right? She should have been just fine. You told her to write down all her memories of me and record all her conversations, then review them on a regular basis. That's why she was safe, isn't it?
その対策があったから白金に関する記憶を結果的に失わなかっただけ。記憶の流出自体はそれとは別にちゃんと発生していたのよ。
I see. So it was like Sumika and her diaries. Only difference is that Yuko-sensei and I didn't share any romantic feelings for each other, so the effects weren't as drastic.
つまり記憶が流出しても対策によって欠損領域が発生しなかったことで、この世界の因果の流入する余地がなかったってこと。
But then, if Yuko-sensei was arrested immediately after sending me back here, she wouldn't have been able to review those records anymore, and she'd forget all about me. Knowing her, though, I'm sure she took some form of precautions to ensure her safety.
仮に発生したとしても、こっちの私が生きている以上、目立った影響はなかったと思うけど。
Right. That applies to the rest of my squad mates, too.
あっちの私から吸い出された記憶がどうなるかっていうと、虚数時空間に漂うことになるはずだわ。あんたが転移のたびにばらまいた記憶と同じようにね。虚数時空間にはそういったものと同じような因果情報が無数に存在すると考えられているわ。それ
Well,
は
that doesn't
そ
sound
れぞ
good.
れの世界の記憶そのものから日常的に流出している因果情報よ。
Yeah, and when fortune tellers and psychics predict the future, they're actually using a sort of sixth sense that allows them to perceive that information, right?
その通り。しかもそれは世界を無理やりつないだ場合とは違って、世界観の因果的な高低差とは無関係に情報を受け取ることができるらしいわ。つまり虚数空間に存在する因果情報は受け手の能力によって選別され引き寄せられるというわけ。
And you think that's how Sumika got those memories in this world? It wasn't a direct result of me being a causality conductor then?
そうかしら。
She's a literal
あん
psychic
たが
dude.
戻ってくる前の00ユニットのデータにあっちの鏡住処の記憶を受け取った兆候は全く確認できないけど。
Well, yeah, but what do you expect? She'd only just regained her body, and was dealing with extreme sensory overload, not to mention dramatic flashbacks. Isn't it possible this just flew under the radar?
確かにそれもゼロではないはずだけど、彼女が白金を介してあっちの鏡住処の記憶を受け取ったという仮説を補強する別の事例があるのよ。
Hit me with those facts and logic, Sensei. You can? But how?
いるのよ。あっちの世界の白金に関わる記憶を持っている人間が。
Huh?
しかもその人はあんたと頻繁に接触している。当然未来予知や占いの能力なんて持っていない。
Who is it? Is she talking about Kazumi?
私よ。
Huh? She's absorbed the memories of my world's Yuko-sensei? Are you serious?
本当よ。ただし因果の軽い最近のものだけね。
So then, the reason Sensei knew what was happening over there without me telling her wasn't because she'd read it in the letter that her other self stuffed in her lab coat pocket?
だからって都合よく思い出せるような代物じゃないのよ。かなり潜在的な記憶として流入しているからね。
What do you mean?
さっき私が因果のやり取りに順序があるってことあんたに話したって勘違いしてたでしょ。
Just sort of like weird gut feelings and thoughts? Yes.
あれはあっちの私の記憶とこの世界の私の記憶を 別のものだって判別できなかったからなのよ。
So you're not actively digging them out. It's just something where your brain's like, oh yeah, didn't this happen? And you're like, yeah, it did. But you immediately corrected yourself, didn't you? You said she told you about it in her letter.
あれはあんたの反応と状況からそういう結論にたどり着いて口でそう言っただけ。
Damn, fucking played us like a fiddle. Oh, I see.
そうなることを理論で分かっている私でさえ流入したあっちの記憶ともともと持っていた記憶とを識別するのは難しいのよ。流入した記憶を元の持ち主と同じレベルで鮮明に思い出すことができればはっきり差がわかるんだけど、それは理論上絶対にできないはずだからね。
What makes you say that?
それは流出させる記憶の関連付けを因果動態が決定したからよ。だからどうしても関連情報に欠落がある。
So they're not really hooked up properly, they're just there. Fucking duct taped in. I see. So that's why she couldn't rack her brain to retrieve the necessary equations to complete her theory, for example.
確認はしていないけど、記憶の流入は私だけじゃなく、榊や三剣にも発生しているはずよ。
What? Shouldn't we be a little more worried about that?
全く問題ないわ。
Why not?
まず、この世界オリジナルの記憶との関連付けができない以上、相当なきっかけを与えない限り、記憶として思い出すことすらできないはず。そして万が一、何かのきっかけで思い出せたとしても、この世界の人間はそれを夢か空想だと考えるでしょうね。彼女たちは別の確率世界が存在するなんてことを知りもしないし、その姿があんたの言う元の世界だっていう情報も知らない。
Yeah, false memories are a thing. Like read up on it. Your brain just makes shit up sometimes to like fill in the gaps. And it's like, oh, okay. It just fucking tricks itself.
仮に知っていたとしても、関連情報の欠落が補えない以上、その記憶にまつわる漠然とした思いや印象しか心に残らないはずよ。
I see. Yeah, that is kind of how dreams feel. Like, you could have a dream in which all your friends were elementary schoolers again. Weird. That was weird. Why? Okay, for example, and it would pretty much be par for the course. I had a dream fucking last night that I got fucking doxxed. And oh no, everyone all of a sudden knew about my YouTube channel with 13 subscribers. Crazy. To the people of this world, memories of a peaceful world without any beta at all probably would feel like nothing more than a dream, sadly.
流入した記憶は自分のオリジナルと区別がつかない。記憶の復元にはきっかけと関連付け、欠落情報の保管が必要。ここまで話せばもうわかるでしょ。
Do you mind if I talk myself through this?
どうぞ。
Hey man, that's how I think. Oh, fucking bumped my mic. By interacting with me, the W unit absorbs stray memories from the otherworld Sumika. And whether romantic or not, we can at least be sure that Sumika had strong feelings for me in this world before I died. Since that emotion correlates with how my world Sumika felt about me, none of these memories feel out of place, so she's begun adopting them as her own. And while they may have been fragmentary at first, she's slowly been filling in the contextual gaps with the images Kazumi's projected to her, and the ones she reads from both our minds. In other words, we'd already given her plenty of contextual information to work with, so she was all set to integrate those memories into her psyche. All she needed was a trigger. And that's why the rabbit plan was a success, right?
おおむねその通りよ。そして今日のサバ味噌定食も結果的にはかなり良かった。
Hey, big money plays, let's go. What? The stuff we had for lunch?
鏡隅かのリーディングで社に発生した記憶の自己同一化現象が00ユニットにも発生するという確証を得られたのよ。このまま順調にいけば、この世界の鏡隅かオリジナルの記憶も芋づる式に回復していくはずだわ。
Cool. I see. So basically, we'd be working backwards, drawing out her old memories by establishing correlations with the new ones. If I can help her get back her own memories, that'd be a huge relief. I know it's irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but I kind of felt bad about just overwriting them.
とにかくあんたは今のところ私の期待に十分応えている。正直に言えば 感謝すらしているわ。
No problem, fam. You know, based on what you've just told me, it almost sounds like there was more to me getting this job than just, she reacts differently to you. See if you can figure something out.
たったそれだけの理由で人類存亡の鍵を握る最重要兵器を個人の裁量で何とかしろだなんて言うわけないわ。
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't do something that crazy unless there was more to it.
それは賢明なことだわ。
I mean, we have fucked, but, you know, that was another timeline. Try to get those memories back, would you? Ooh, man, if you haven't seen the extra Yuko scene, I mean, not the extra, the unlimited, Love Unlimited Yuko H scene, ooh, mommy. There's no way in hell she'd have entrusted me with something so important without some sort of rationale. I knew there had to be something she wasn't telling me.
因果動態によって引き起こされる因果交換現象は理論上の可能性としては予測されていたわ。
No, I don't hold any hard feelings towards Yuko for being the reason why my channel got fucking deleted the first time around.
だから想定しう
It
る
was
あら
that
ゆ
one.
る状況の
It was
対
that
策
one
を
that
考
got
え
me.
て
It was that video that got flagged, and then they're like, oh, nope, this whole channel's gotta go. Right. I remember the other Yuko sensei mentioning that the instructions accounted for the possibility of me running back there to escape from this world and being unable to return.
その現象を実際に確認できたのは数式をオーダーしたあんたが戻ってきた後よ。
You mean you couldn't tell immediately?
そうね。あの後何度か会っているうちに身に覚えのないあんたとの記憶が認識できたのよ。さっきも言ったけど自分の理論と仮説を知らなければ記憶のバックアップシステムのバグだと思う程度だったわ。
But how did you manage to confirm they weren't yours?
あんたが数式を回収してきた転移実験の直後、バックアップ装置のログと最新の記憶を比較して
You can just do
記
that?
憶の増加を実証したのよ。
I see. So you knew this was happening, even way back then. In which case, it probably would have ended up going back to the... I probably would have ended up going back to the other world regardless. Even if Sergeant Jinguji hadn't died, and I hadn't run away, Sensei would have probably made up some half-assed excuse about it being necessary to complete the 00 unit and save this world, and I would have fallen for it. But, at least if things had happened that way, the other Marumo-chan wouldn't have had to die.
それ以降はあんたと会った後に必ずその作業をすることでオリジナルの記憶と流入した記憶を識別して認識していたんだけど、さすがにここのところ忙しくてね、ちょっとサボったせいでさっきみたいな勘違いをしたってわけ。
So basically, we can be pretty certain I was the one who brought Sumika's memories back here. Sensei, I don't mean for this to sound critical, but
何よ。
why didn't you just tell me all of this when you first gave me this tuning assignment? I mean, I feel like it would have helped me bring the 00 unit closer to completion in a much more efficient manner.
一度でも逃げ出したあんたをそこまで信用できなかったから。
Yep, you already got a record. Well, I can definitely understand that, but it still feels a little off.
そうかしら。
What I'm about to say is probably going to sound conceited, but please don't take it the wrong way.
いいわよ。言ってごらんなさい。
Based on everything you've just told me, you couldn't possibly have tuned the 00 unit without my cooperation.
どうしてそう思うの？
Well, even back when Sumika was still a brain, you knew how unstable her psyche was from Kasumi's readings. There's no way you would have selected her as the candidate to convert into the 00 unit unless you were positive you'd be able to stabilize her after the fact. And yes, I recognize that you completed the procedure after I'd already run away, so maybe you could have managed without me. It's entirely possible that you could have gotten her up to bare bones level functionality just by giving her a convincing artificial body and projecting the images Kazumi had already taken from me. But I really don't think you would have gambled on this unless you knew for a fact that she'd be able to carry out her mission as the 00 unit. The only way I could see you pursuing this approach is if you knew ahead of time that if I ever tried to run away, I'd eventually come back to this world. Of course, that's not to say you planned on me running away, or on Sergeant Jinguchi's death, for that matter. But you're definitely the kind of person who finds a way to take advantage of events, no matter how disastrous, there we go, they might seem. And more importantly, I've seen firsthand just how meticulous you are in the planning process. Anything that could possibly go wrong, you've got countermeasures for. In retrospect, it's actually pretty amazing that they managed to blindside her with Alternative 5's enactment in the other timeline. Yeah, that's probably why she was so exceedingly distraught about it. It's possible you only let me run away because you already had a contingency plan for how to deal with this without me. But from what I've seen, I sincerely doubt that. You told your other self how to send me back here, and lied to her to ensure Sumika's memories would be sucked into this world. You made up an excuse to explain my absence to the rest of my unit, and kept my room just the way I left it. You modified the transfer device so nobody would forget me while I was in the other world. You didn't cancel the work being done on my Shiranui, and still had them ship it out for me. Damn, bro, you've been thinking about this. The fact that you made all these arrangements seems to imply that you were banking on me coming back from the very beginning. Which is why I have a hard time believing you just happened to let me go, and then just happened to revise your plans to include me once I got back. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. You don't have to confirm or deny any of it.
どうして？
Doesn't matter. Because I don't need to know the answer. All I need to do is what I came here to do.
そう？頼もしいわね。
Though if you want to tell us, that's perfectly fine as well.
だけど、大元の質問には答えておくわ。今後の調律の参考になるかもしれないから。
Thanks, Doc. Fair enough.
客体世界において、白金への思いの強さに比例して因果動態の影響を受けるという現象は、理論的には予測できなかったのよ。
Huh?
それを知ったのは、あんたが戻ってきてからよ。白衣に入っていた手紙にそう書いて。
To be fair, that would be an extremely difficult thing to predict. I see. So she didn't learn that from the memories so she absorbed then.
だから、記憶の流出と逆の工程をたどる因果動態を通じての記憶の流入にも、白金への思いが強く影響する可能性があると予測できるわ。もしあんたがあの時全ての事情を知っていたら、流入した記憶を関連づけられていない精神的に不安定な状態の彼女がリーディングでそれを読んだ時、その事実をどう判断するかは予測できない。
Yeah, good point.
だから彼女の記憶の関連付けができるまではあんたには話さないって決めてたのよ。そしてそれは今日達成された。
Cool. She's running on a stable OS now. Nice. But I've been treating this tuning like a mission and carefully calculating a lot of what I say and do around her. Wouldn't she have seen those thoughts too?
そうは言うけど、あんたは鏡澄香に対する恋愛感情をゼロにはしなかったはずよ。市場があるって堂々と言っていたわよね。
The big love is like a blanket hiding the fucking mission. Yeah?
はっきり言うけど、いくら恋人にそっくりでも、普通の人間は作り物に恋愛感情は抱かないのよ。正直に言えば、鏡澄香の外見と精神を持った00ユニットをあんたが憎む可能性の方が高いと思っていたわ。だからこっちも慎重になった。あんたが鏡澄香と同じ思いを00ユニットへ寄せるように最大限の準備と努力をしたのよ。
So then, why did you make a point of emphasizing the fact that she wasn't human? Was that a ploy to appeal to my emotions too?
それはあんたの想像に任せるわ。私は利害が一致していればそんなことどうでもいいのよ。
Sensei?
でもさっきも言った、あんたに感謝しているっていうのは本当。正確に言えば、あんたの鏡澄香に対する思いに感謝しているのよ。今日の話で分かったでしょ。00ユニット、いえ、彼女が完成するかどうかはあんたにかかってるのよ。
Yeah,
頼んだわよ。
I know. Ooh boy, new chapter, let's go. Ugh. Who's it gonna be? Ugh, I'm exhausted. Oh yeah, your night mission. Training mission, whatever. Yeah, that... Ooh, yeah, that sucked. stayed up so late looking at the data from Kazumi's readings. I hardly slept. Just let me sleep a little bit longer. At least until the wake-up call. No, you make me tired. Ugh. Kazumi, what are you doing? Oh, it's freezing. Huh?
なんだよ
Huh? Sumika!
タケルちゃんかすみちゃんの方がいいの
I mean, she is pretty cute. No, that's not it at all. What are you doing here? Why are you the one waking me up?
せっかく起こしに来てあげたのにかすみちゃんじゃなくて残念だったね
No, I didn't mean it like that. Holy crap, she's acting even more like Sumika than she was yesterday. She's almost indistinguishable from the real thing.
おかしいな
Huh? What is?
私毎朝起こしてあげてたよね違うのかな
Yeah, totally. Why do you ask? Does it not feel like that?
よくわからない
Oh.
夢だったのかなっていう感じがして
Nah, it wasn't a dream. That much I can assure you. I see. So not all of the borrowed memories have been fully integrated yet. Kazumi's been waking me up every morning, though chances are she only got the idea from reading Sumika's mind while she was still a brain, and making those memories her own. Yeah, it's a weird back and forth with this one. They've been playing hot potato with it. Either that, or she read it from my memories of Sumika doing in my world. Anyway, I'm guessing Kazumi must have projected that image into this Sumika, or Sumika must have read it herself.
ねえタケルちゃん今日はどのくらい一緒にいられるかな
Well, I've got a full day of training ahead of me, both simulator and field exercises.
訓練
Ah, crap, I shouldn't have said that.
そっかじゃあ仕方ないね夜は会えるかな
Yeah, we'll do our training and you can do your training, and then we'll meet up together tonight. Wait, that didn't set her off? Wow, that feels like a really huge step forward. What's wrong? Another headache?
なんか最近多いんだよね
Need some Tylenol?
これ
These headaches used to lead to a panic attack or throw into a fit of rage aimed at the beta. But today, it's like she's hardly even phased.
なんだろう頭痛いの嫌だな
I can't believe it. She's not freaking out at all. This is incredible, Sumika. You want to talk to Yuko-sensei about it? I'll come with you.
ゆうこ先生光月先生じゃダメだよ
Why not?
保健の先生じゃないとやっぱりお医者さんかな
Okay, she's clearly getting confused with my memories now, right? No, wait. Maybe it's something that leaked over from the other Sumika? I think you're getting a little mixed up. Yuko-sensei is the closest thing we've got to a school nurse here. She wears a lab coat and everything.
そうだっけ
Yeah, and she's a pretty good one too.
じゃあ光月先生に見てもらうよ
Cool, I'll go with you.
ごめんね
Ah, come on, don't apologize. It's not your style. I guess she really can't tell the difference between her own memories, the ones she absorbed from the other Sumika, and the ones from my original timeline. It's like Sensei was saying yesterday, she's trying to piece them all together into a single cohesive framework. Maybe these headaches are a result of her noticing contradictions in these in these disjointed memories.
訓練についてのブリーフィングを始める前に
Endless
貴様たちに伝える
combat!
ことがある
Got a new member joining the class?
本日未明国連軍第11軍司令部より極東国連全軍に対し佐渡島配部制圧作戦が発令さ
Hey,
れた
let's go.
機会あるごとに触れてきたが本作戦は
在日国連軍及び帝国本土防衛軍との大規模共同作戦だ。作戦名は甲21号作戦。これは佐渡島配部の帝国軍戦略故障甲21号目標に由来する。作戦実施は来たる12月25日。すでに国連帝国両軍は日本海沿岸部に集結中だ。
Well, guess we won't be home for Christmas then.
当横浜基地からは我が A01 部隊のみが特殊任務のために参加することになる。
So, we're gonna be the only ones going to Sadogashima for the evaluation. Well, even if there were other units she felt she could use, they can't leave the Alternative 4 HQ undefended. That's probably one more reason Yuko-sensei negotiated with the Empire.
本作戦における我が部隊の任務はオルタネイティブ計画より試験的に投入される新型兵器の支援及び護衛だ。
Now, the first lieutenants didn't even flinch, and they must have been informed prior to the briefing. But since she didn't mention it by name, I can assume the 00 unit hasn't been declassified yet.
我が部隊は明朝0400横浜基地を出撃。陸路にて帝国軍高田基地まで前進し前期起動。帝国海軍の戦術機母艦大隅に移動後、海路にて佐渡島を目指す。甲21号作戦全体の概要は本日の訓練終了後、司令及び副司令から直々にご説明いただく予定だ。
Wait, the CO? Not just Yuko-sensei? I mean, this is definitely a massive operation on the whole. On the whole? Okay, weird. But as far as the alternative program is concerned, we're just taking the opportunity to conduct the 00 unit's practical assessment, right? It's not like all of Yokohama base's troops are being mobilized or anything. Why would the base commander need to make an appearance? Because he's sending you off for a hive infiltration? You know, some of his best troops? He probably, cares about this?
この任務では我々が正面に立ってドンパチやるわけではない。国連軍と帝国軍が敷き詰めた赤絨毯の上をお上品に歩いていくようなものだ。したがってこれまで貴様たちがやってきた訓練で十分対処できる。自信を持って臨めばいい。ベータ支配地域での戦闘だ。決して油断するな。
はい。
Ma'am.
何か質問は？
対新型兵器に関しての質問は可能でしょうか？
新型兵器の詳細は訓練後のブリーフィングで伝達されるだろう。
では今日の訓練はその任務を想定したものではないということですか？
もちろん任務を想定したものだ。それはここ数日の訓練にも組み込まれていたものだ。
Wait, seriously? I had no idea. I guess that makes sense, though. The captain already knew we had a big operation coming up, and I wouldn't be surprised if the first lieutenants were informed about it too. I can imagine they wouldn't adjust the training regimen to prepare for it, especially with all these new recruits.
念のために確認なんですけど、背部突入は任務に含まれますか？
Yep, going right in. Oh, that's a good question. If the whole point of this is to test Sumika's mind-reading capabilities, we're gonna need to get pretty damn close. But we shouldn't need to actually go inside the thing, right? Hey man, two birds, one stone.
最悪の場合はそれもあり得るが、今回の任務では想定外だ。
Okay,
安心しろ。
so it's just a probing.
柏木、どうしてもって言うなら私も付き合うけど。いえ、遠慮しておきます。
I see. So it's not completely out of the realm of possibility. But we're still gonna have to get pretty close to the hive, otherwise we won't be able to get the vital information Yuko-sensei's looking for. Although, this could also just be a pretty basic test, I guess. Recon's not really the objective here. I should ask her later. Ooh, it's finally over. Hey, Maya, since this is pretty important, can you please take out your, fucking Takemikazuchi? Like, you know, I know you really want to be like, we're comrades, we should have the same mechs, it'll be camaraderie, but like that one's really good. It's got some really high spec stats, so if you could, like, use it? Nothing but mock battles and teamwork exercises from dawn till dusk. And right before the big operation, no less. I think the captain's perfectionism is starting to get a little out of hand. Normally, I could handle a rigorous schedule like this, but today, I'm just beat. I've been spending so much time reviewing Kazumi's reading logs and making that Santa rabbit. I've hardly slept at all recently. This can't be good for my health. As a surface pilot, I'm being pretty irresponsible.
何よ、そんなとこ
Ooh,
に
booba.
だらしないわね。
Meanwhile, you sound like you're still raring to go.
指令のブリーフィングにはちゃんとシャワー浴びてから来なさいよ。
On it, Chief.
どうした白金。天才英士があの程度の連成で音を上げたのか？
I'm pathetic, I know. No surprises that the first lieutenants are all used to the captain's hellish training regimen by now. Clearly it's intended to test our mental fortitude as
お
well.
疲れ様、少尉。早瀬中尉にあれだけ振り回されていたんですもの。仕方ないわよね。
Lieutenant Kazuma, you're such a sweetheart.
早瀬中尉は戦闘に性的快感を感じる一種の変態だ。だから訓練は彼女にとって自慰行為のようなものだからな。
Okay, thank you for telling me that. Huh? Where the hell did that come from?
なかった
って白金が言ってます。
Bullshit!
お任せな。ぶっ飛ばすわよ。
信じてもらえないとは。
Well, serves you right.
ちょっとあんた、待ちなさいよ。これ、お飲みなさい。飲んでおけば明日が楽よ。
Oh, hey, thanks. I really Ah! That shit again. Oh god, this is that nasty-ass drink the captain gave me a few days back.
どうしたの、白金少尉。
Oh, no, it's just, Well, I know the captain drinks this stuff, and if Lieutenant Kazuma is singing its praises, then it must be good for you.
ああ、遠慮しなくていいのよ。私の分は部屋にたくさんあるの。
No kidding. Sounds like you're, quite the health nut.
ええ、それも英士の大切なお仕事の一つですもの。
Well, she's right about that, and the best medicine is always the hardest to swallow, as they say. I don't believe that one, Chief. Man, I could really stand to learn a few things from her.
なのにそれがそんなに美味しい飲み物で叶ってしまうなんてちょっと後ろめたいわね。あら嫌だわ。ミサエさん先に行ってしまうなんてひどい。それじゃあ白金少尉、お先に。
Okay, see you around. There must be something seriously wrong with Lieutenant Kazuma's taste buds. It could be like one of those cilantro things where like what percentage of the population thinks cilantro tastes like soap. I think I'm one of them too because I fucking hate it. I don't think it tastes like soap. I just think it tastes bad.
本当だ。大丈夫？
タケルは特殊任務との掛け持ちだからな。まして今日の訓練内容では致し方なかろう。
I'm fine. It's no biggie. I'm just taking a little breather.
今日の早瀬中尉の機動連携すごかったからね。特に K さんは中尉のバックアップだったから相当疲れたんじゃない？
そうだね。
ストームヴァンガードは特に機動力が勝負ですからね。
But yeah, those exercises were a nightmare. Though, I guess they probably kicked it up a notch to get us ready for the real thing.
確かにかなり疲れたな。ブリーフィング前に一休みしたいのでな。私
も。
Okay, see ya.
じゃあね、タケルさん、後でね。
Later.
ちょっと、本当に力抜けちゃってもう。しっかり。
Yeah, Storm Vanguard, whatever. I know. You're still spunky as ever, I see. Although, I'd expect no less of Lieutenant Hayase's aspiring protege. Good to see there aren't any hard feelings about that little argument we had yesterday.
そうそう。茜のためにも頑張ってよ。
Huh? Hey, you! Don't stir the pot again. And what the hell are you even applying?
ちょっとハルコ、何よそれ。どういう？だって茜はストームヴァンガードのポジション、白金から奪わないと気が済まないんでしょ？
Dude, please don't provoke her. Not after what happened yesterday. You seriously are way too honest sometimes. I'd hate to have been one of your younger brothers.
何言ってんのよ。別にそんな無理しない無理しない。憧れの早瀬注意は白金がお気に入りだもんね。
What are you laughing about?
ああ、そういうことね。納得したわ。
千鶴まで何言ってるんだよ。
私先に行くわよ。早くシャワー浴びたいし。じゃあ白金、また後で。
あ、ちょっと待ってよ。
I told you this isn't funny. Ah, damn you, Kashiwagi. Don't think I'm gonna let this slide. A little revenge is definitely in order. And I know just how to do it. Hey, Kashiwagi, you feeling a little thirsty?
ああ、よくわかったね。
You know, rumor on the base is you a thirsty bitch. Good, she's taking the bait. Well, if you want, you can have this. Lieutenant Kazuma gave it to me, but I'm really not that thirsty.
いいの？悪いね。
Oh, totally. It's all yours.
ありがとう。ありがたくいただくね。
You fool. That stuff tastes like rat poison. One sip and you'll be begging for mercy.
いいな。
Ah, sorry, but I'm fresh out. Guess it's just not your day. Poor Makoto, you've really been, like, shafted so far story-wise, and, like, just being able to hang out with you-wise. Trust me, looked out big time. You don't want anything to do with that stuff.
半分あげるよ、鎧。
Though that's also probably because I'm not on the Makoto route.
本当？春子さん、ありがとう。
じゃあ、後でね。
じゃあね。
Well, she asked for it. Can't say I didn't warn her. Whew. But man, it's surprising to see that everyone's still so upbeat, even though we're about to be deployed. Hey man, get that hazard pay, let's go! Though you might already be getting hazard pay for being here. For most of us, this isn't going to be our first... This is going to be our first hive-related operation. Only the first lieutenants and second lieutenant Kazuma have prior experience with this. Sure, we're not spearheading the assault or anything, but that doesn't mean this mission isn't highly dangerous. Suzumiya and Kashiwagi have more experience than the rest of us from Squad 207. Our only run-ins with live combat were during the coup d'etat attempt and the beta ambush during the XM3 trials. But we weren't armed during the trials. Technically, that probably doesn't even count as combat experience. And the coup incident only gave us experience fighting other humans, though it definitely still took a huge emotional toll on our squad. In that sense, fighting the beta might actually be easier for these guys. I think I get it now. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. All my squad mates were born and raised in this world, so risking their lives in the struggle against the beta just comes with the territory. Meanwhile, I've only spent a few years here, and it definitely shows. For these guys, it must have been a huge culture shock to have to go to war with other human beings. Whereas back in my world, those were the only kind of wars we had, unless it's the war on drugs. So, it didn't faze me at all. They're less conflicted about fighting the beta, although that doesn't mean they're not afraid of death, of course. I mean, Sergeant Jinguchi said it's pretty common for pilots to wet themselves during their first encounters. Still, they find strength in the knowledge that their sacrifice is going to save countless lives, so they won't be dying in vain. That's how they're able to stay positive like this, even in the face of adversity. And look at me now. Even I'm feeling remarkably calm about all this. Sure, I had to go to hell and back to get to this point, but I think I finally caught up with everyone else in terms of mental fortitude. Well, no. I've still got a ways to go. I have to destroy whatever it is that made me a causality conductor, and undo the damage I did to the other world by running around. Running away. I finally found my purpose here, something only I can do. But, like Lieutenant Hayase said, I can't be too focused on the bigger picture. I need something more tangible, too. A personal goal I can actually achieve. And I think I found one. I'm going to protect this world, Sumika. I'm going to keep the 00 unit safe. It might not be the most selfless goal, but I think it's the main thing keeping me sane right now. It's okay being a little selfish. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. What's up, big man?
本日未明、国連軍第11軍司令部及び帝国軍参謀本部より高21号作戦が発令された。佐渡島にあるベータ配備、高21号目標制圧を目的とする国連と帝国の大規模合同作戦だ。なお本作戦は気象条件に関係なく決行される。A01 部隊の任務に先立ち、まず本作戦の概略を説明する。
Alright, lay it out.
本作戦の第一目的は、高21号目標の無力化。第2に、敵施設の占領及び可能な限りの敵情報収集である。高21号目標は、朝鮮半島の高20号目標と並び、ベータの日本侵攻における前進基地となっている。西日本全域を緩衝地帯に持つ九州戦線に対し、高21号目標は日本の柔らかい横腹に突き立てられた県である。この脅威を取り除くことにより、樺太日本、台湾、フィリピンからなる極東防衛ラインの戦略的安定をさらに強固なものとするのだ。では次に作戦の概要を説明する。背部攻略のセオリーに従い、作戦の第一段階では国連宇宙総軍の装甲駆逐艦隊による機動爆撃が行われる。
Okay.
衛星軌道から佐渡島に極超音速で降り注ぐ対レーザー弾頭弾の雨を降らせるのだ。
Their metal dust, whatever fucking shit.
敵の迎撃と同時に佐渡島周辺に展開した帝国連合艦隊第2戦隊が艦砲及びロケットによる長距離砲和攻撃を開始。この第一波攻撃も機動爆撃同様対レーザー弾によるものだ。敵の二次迎撃による重金属群の発生を合図に、全艦多目的運搬砲弾による砲撃に切り替え、以降徹底的な面制圧を行う。
Alright. Gotcha. So the orbital bombs are basically just a decoy, since they know the heavy and standard laser class are gonna snipe them away before they get low enough to create an effective heavy metal cloud. That's when they'll launch the naval saturation bombing, while all the laser classes are still in their refractory period. Whichever shells they intercept first, some of those anti-laser rounds will get close enough to create a massive heavy metal cloud protecting the next wave of shelling from the lasers. That's a pretty solid strategy. Although, I gotta say, I can't say it's the most eco-friendly plan. They won't be using G-bombs because of their negative effects on the environment, but polluting the atmosphere with heavy metals is totally fine. And, hey man, we're in a real fucking push comes to shove situation here. We can worry about that later. It's like how nukes are bad, but the depleted uranium rounds our TSFs use are A-okay. I can't say I understand that logic, but maybe it's just because I grew up in a peaceful world. What was it, Gulf War syndrome? Illness, sickness, whatever. People during fucking first Gulf War, everyone got sick from being around the depleted uranium rounds or something. I'm not entirely knowledgeable about it, but it's I know it's an interesting read from what I've heard.
これは極東国連軍と帝国軍の砲弾備蓄総量の 50% だ。だが地表に展開していたベータはレーザー種に限らずそのほとんどを撃破できているはずだ。
Damn, we're using that much ammo for a single forward base? Well, I guess they just overwhelm us with sheer numbers otherwise. But if it takes this much firepower to get rid of one minor hive, I can't imagine how we could ever take back all of Asia. I'm starting to see why some people just want to G-bomb the entire continent. Yeah, we're gonna turn this island into a fucking parking lot.
加賀の戦艦3隻を旗艦とした帝国連合艦隊第2戦隊がマノ湾へ突入。艦砲射撃をもって旧八幡から旧高野、 旧ボーガ浦一帯を面制圧。同時に帝国海軍第17戦術機構戦隊が雪の高浜へ強襲上陸し、橋頭堡を確保。
They're gonna charge right into the enemy?
続いて帝国軍機構4個師団および戦術機構10個連隊からなるウイスキー部隊を順次揚陸。戦線を維持しつつウイスキー主力部隊は旧沢根精神背部から出現するであろう敵増援を引き寄せる。
Alright, so we're going with the decoy strategy. Holy shit! Empire's pouring nearly half of all its reserves into this operation. I mean, the shells, the ships, the tanks, the TSFs. These numbers are insane. How do you even unload a unit that heavy? Are they just gonna have to shuttle them over from Niigata in multiple trips? No, Sadoshima's close enough that TSFs could fly there from the mainland themselves. But that's only going to be possible if we gain air superiority, and the initial landing units would definitely need to bring a supply of propellant for them. Well, in any case, it looks like we might just have enough manpower to counter the reinforcements after all.
ベータ軍の増援をマノワンに引きつけた後、作戦は第3段階へ移行。両津湾沖に展開した
Hit it from the back, baby!
イリノイ・ケンタッキーの5隻を旗艦とする
Ooh, the
国
Iowa.
連太平洋艦隊と大和武蔵の2隻を中心とする帝国連合艦隊第3戦隊が制圧砲撃を開始。
You know, even though, you know, friendly interbranch rivalry between, you know, all the branches. You know, as an airman, I can respect the Navy for being the second largest air force in the world, behind the U.S. Air Force. Nuts. It's nuts.
同時に帝国海軍第4戦術機構戦隊が旧王の確保。続いて国連軍機構3個連隊および戦術機構5個連隊からなるエコー部隊を順次揚陸。詳細は後になるが、諸君はこのエコー隊の上陸に呼応して任務を開始することになる。先行部隊が戦線を構築、エコー主力部隊は北上、旧早吉から多々良峰跡を経由して旧鷲ヶ崎を目指す。ここまでの陽動が成功した場合、高21号目標からの敵増援は大きく2つに分断されているはずである。つまり両津市から高21号目標が存在する金北山跡まで敵はほとんど存在しないことになる。この戦況の現実を待ち、作戦は第4段階へと移行する。爆撃を終え軌道上周回中の国連宇宙総軍艦隊より投下される第6佐渡島へ到着した後、高21号目標内部へ突入。
So they're gonna try.
達成を目指す。
They're gonna get as far as they can, and you know, fucking smash and grab, basically. The secondary objective, or to take control of the hive, or at least gather as much intel as possible.
突入部隊の第4層への到達を確認した後、ウイスキー隊が順次突入。高21号目標の占領を目指す。
I wonder if there are prisoners in the Sadogashima hive, people who were captured by the Beta, like Sumika was. If they're having the UN forces head in first, it's probably because they're hoping to find others like her. If they did, they could make a second or even a third 00 unit. Plus, with all those rare Beta materials down there, I'm guessing they'd much rather capture the hive than just destroy it. If my suspicions are correct, then this operation was definitely planned by some die-hard Alternative 4 supporters in the UN. In which case, this really might be a golden opportunity to keep the Alternative 5 supporters at bay, just like Yuka-sensei said.
この時エコー隊は突入作戦の支援に当たる。佐渡島周辺の海底に展開しているであろうベータ軍の再上陸に備えるのだ。さて、作戦がこの段階を迎えるといよいよ諸君の出番となる。突入部隊が消息を絶った場合も同様だ。隊、続きをよろしく頼む。
は。今朝も言ったように、高21号作戦における我が部隊の任務は直接的なベータとの戦闘が目的ではない。オルタネイティブ4司令部より 試験的に戦線投入される新型兵器の支援及び護衛である。
So, you finally gonna pull the fucking sheet back, Yuko, and show it off to everyone? Yep. Looks like they're still not calling it the 00 unit. Though I have to say, it feels a little weird that they're referring to her as a weapon. Well, I remember from our lectures on military history that stuff like cipher decryption devices were often categorized as secret weapons, so I guess it's not too big of a stretch.
本作戦中のいかなる状況においても最優先されるのは新型兵器の無傷での回収であることを頭に叩き込んでおけ。エコー隊にこうして動くことにはなるが、陽動に付き合う必要はない。むしろ任務と無関係な戦闘行為は一切禁ずる。
In other words, even if we see our allies begging for help, we're just gonna have to leave them to die.
とはいえ、佐渡島全域が敵の支配地域である以上、遭遇戦が頻発することが予想される。やむなく交戦した場合は、後の護衛任務に備え、残弾は常にフルにしておくんだ。訓練でもやっているが、砲弾や装備の補給は戦域各所にばらまかれる兵装補給用コンテナで行うこと。これは大規模作戦では必ず行われる補給方法なので、新入りどもはこの機会に実戦での補給に慣れておけ。
Sounds good to me.
だが補給を焦って警戒がおろそかになり、敵の餌食になるケースは非常に多い。
Right. Kind of like how you often get killed trying to go after extra lives or power-ups in a video game.
回収の際は必ずエレメントを心がけ、残弾の多い方から補給を行う原則を忘れるな。
Ma'am.
では作戦全体の進行に沿った形で任務内容を説明する。我が隊はエコー部隊とともに上陸を開始し、旧上ニーボを目標に南下していく。新型兵器は作戦の第2段階を合図に横浜基地から出撃。佐渡島東南部旧豊岡付近から高21号目標へ進行を開始する。
Wait, they're gonna send Sumika's TSF from the base all by itself? Why would they do that?
我々は新型兵器の到着まで進行ラインを確保し支配下に置く。次にオービットダイバーズの効果が行われるが、ここで注意しなければならないのはリエントリーシェル落下による被害だ。
Reentry shells, right. We went over those in one of our lectures. Drop units use heat-resistant armored capsules that split in two and fall away prior to impact. Yeah, I don't want to catch one of those to the head. Those halves then crash into the Earth's surface, opening up holes in the stab that allow infiltration to begin much closer to the main shaft.
直撃はもちろん衝撃波や飛散物には十分警戒しろ。
Ma'am.
さて、いよいよ我々の出番となるが、砲火部隊の背部突入作戦の成否により我が隊の任務も変わってくる。突入部隊が制圧に成功した場合、我々も新型兵器とともに背部に侵入し情報収集に当たる。逆に失敗した場合、新型兵器の攻撃により背部とその戦力を無力化することになる。
Wait, neutralize? As in, like, destroy it? Okay, so we're fucking... We are going in. You're telling me Sumika's TSF has enough firepower to just blow the whole thing to smithereens? You can't be
そ
serious!
の後ウィスキー隊が突入し残存するベータを相当。続いて我々も背部の情報収集任務に当たる。作戦終了後は48時間以内に横浜基地に帰還する。今の内容と作戦の各段階における撤退の手順については強化装備にデータを落としておくので、各自移動中に確認しておけ。
Ma'am.
風間、鎧、貴様たちはラッシュガード装備で出撃だ。いいな。
はい。
Yeah, I guess they won't be needing those missile launchers since we're not planning to infiltrate the hive ourselves.
ではこれより副司令から我々が護衛する新型兵器についてご説明いただく。副司令、お願いします。
はいはい、やっと出番ね。
I really hope she'll explain what the captain meant by the new weapon neutralizing the hive. Does that imply that the new weapon isn't the 00 unit herself so much as the TSF she'll be piloting? Well, either way, There's no way a single TSF could possibly destroy an entire hive by itself, right? I mean, last I heard, it sounded like they were almost considering disarming her entirely. I know they made her a special TSF, but I was just picturing a big multi-seater or something.
聞いていて分かったと思うけど、高21号作戦は99年の明星作戦に次ぐ規模の大反撃。国連にしろ帝国にしろ、それぞれに目的があってこの作戦を実施するわけだけど、そのどれもが副次的なものに過ぎないわ。はっきり言うけど、高21号作戦は新兵器のテストのために計画されたの。各帝国軍も極東国連軍も全て新兵器の護衛だと言っても過言じゃない。向こうもそれを承知しているわ。逆に言えば、それだけ私たちの新兵器が期待されているってこと。そこにはあんたたちの働きも含まれている。いいわね。
はい。Yes, ma'am.
じゃあ始めるわ。あんたたちが守るのは人類を滅亡の危機から救う対ベータ戦力の切り札。
Ooh, what the fuck? Huh? Trying to figure out what's going on with this leg. Oh, holy shit, it's huge! I didn't even notice the little guy there on the left. What the fuck? I was like, does it just fly? But yeah.
XG70B 佐野2型よ。
Mark 2? What was the Mark 1? What the hell? That's no TSF. Look how huge it is. This is what Sumika's gonna be piloting?
XG70B はアメリカ軍のハイマーフ計画が生み出した戦略航空機動要塞の試作2番機。
Okay, so explains the two. Strategic, highly maneuverable aero fortress.
この極秘計画のスタートは1975年。ちなみにコードネームが和風なのはこっちで勝手につけたから。
Wait, the XG-70? I feel like I remember hearing about this. It was part of some deal with the Americans.
戦略航空機動要塞は単独で敵支配地域の最深部まで進行し、短時間で背部を破壊するという夢のようなオーダーを叶える兵器。
Just fucking bust in. They can't do anything to it.
搭載されたムアコックレシテ型高重力機関から発生する重力場でベータのレーザー兵器を無力化し、重力制御の際に生じる莫大な余剰電力を利用した過電粒子砲による攻撃で背部を殲滅するのよ。
Wait, a charged particle cannon? Gravity control? You mean to tell me that this world has that kind of technology for over 20 years?
まあそんな欲張りな要求仕様だったからこんなデカブツになった上、結局完成せず87年にお蔵入り。理由は簡単。高重力機関開発のスピンオフ技術でもっとお手軽で量産も簡単な兵器が開発されちゃったからね。その兵器っていうのが G 弾って呼ばれている。同じ私たちとしては G 弾を派手に使われるのは迷惑だからね。オルタネイティブ計画権限でモスボール処置されていた機体を接収したってわけ。
Right, now I remember. I thought I recognized the name XG-70 from somewhere. That's what Chief Yoroi and Yuka Sensei were talking about before the coup. Well, thank you for reminding me. This must be what she meant when she said that the Americans were finally starting to play ball after she completed the 00 unit.
今回が初めての実戦テストだから不測の事態に備えてこれだけ厳重な護衛態勢をとっている。何しろ簡単に失うわけにいかない代物だ。
Yeah.
だけどこのテストの結果次第では次回以降の背部攻略作戦は今回の100分の1以下の戦力で済むようになるわよ。
That's an understatement. If this works as well as the Americans drafted it up, then the what is it? Susano? Okay, I don't want to add a Z there by accident. Susano. Oh, I like it. Susano O Mark II could take out an entire hive all by itself. If the simulators are any indication, then the passageways within the hive are pretty huge. I don't doubt that Susano O could fit in there.
そうなればベータ大戦が始まって以来言われ続けている人類の勝利っていう言葉に 初めて現実的な可能性と具体性が付加されることになる。
She's right. I mean, just look at how much manpower we're using for a hive on a dinky little island. Although this strategy might work on other coastal hives if we had enough resources, it's just not applicable to assaulting a landlocked target. But if the Susano O Mark II really is all it's cracked up to be, then Yuka Sensei's right. It'll completely turn the tides of this war.
じゃあ佐野2型を護衛するにあたっての注意点を言っておく。まず第一に佐野2型の機体走行面から10メートル以上の距離を維持する。
It's anti-grav shit?
佐野2型の姿勢制御と軌道は高重力機関によって形成されるラザフォードフィールドと呼ばれる重力場によって制御されている。これに干渉すると急激な重力変調に巻き込まれるのよ。
Excuse me, it has an event horizon?
距離に注意して。
But I guess that also means the beta can't get near it either.
制御システムがまだ完全じゃないことが原因だからおいおい解消される問題だけど今回は調整が間に合わなかった。念のためラザフォードフィールドが形成されている時にはあんたたちの機体の危険を回避するように設定してあるけど十分気をつけなさい。
了解。
Roger.
じゃあ次、家電粒子砲が発射態勢に入ったらスサノー2型より後方に退避しなさい。簡単に説明すると家電粒子砲は一種の運動エネルギー兵器。
Interesting. Well, I guess it makes sense. You know, particles, they are, even though they're really small, still physical. Wait, so it's not a laser or something like that?
イオン化した微細粒子を電気的磁気的に加速と収束を繰り返して打ち出すことで標的を熱と衝撃で破壊する仕組みなの。
Cool.
では何が危険か。まず一つ目、射出されたイオン流が車線上の空気と衝突することで可視光線を含む大量の電磁波がまき散らされる。
Uh-huh.
二つ目、電荷を持ったイオンが高速移動することで車線周囲の一定範囲に強力な磁界が発生する。
Magnets, baby. How do they work?
つまり車線軸に隣接する
Actually, no,
一
I'm
定
magnets
の
work.
範囲はとんでもない
I just won't tell you.
電子レンジと同じ状態になるってこと。今の戦術機程度の電磁波遮蔽処置では人間も電子機器も瞬殺でしょうね。スサノー2型は家電粒子の最終収束と車線方向を方向部に備えられた重力場形成装置で制御しているの。だから機体より後ろにいれば安全。ただし真後ろはダメよ。家電粒子砲は光学兵器じゃないから発射の際に反動が発生する。それを打ち消すためにかなり大きいラザフォードフィールドが機体の真後ろに発生するからね。以上の注意点を踏まえて護衛任務について具体的な注文をするわ。
So stand behind it, but kind of off to the side. Don't be directly behind it.
まず1点目、家電粒子砲発射態勢に入って以降機体底面および後方以外のラザフォードフィールドが消滅する。
So it's vulnerable.
2点目、家電粒子砲発射後再発射までの約4分間機体底面以外のラザフォードフィールドが消滅する。
That's quite the charge time. 4 minutes? That's even longer than the heavy laser class needs to recharge.
つまり砲撃を続ける限り底面と発射時の後方以外にラザフォードフィールドは形成されないってことね。装甲剤は10レーザー級の単照射は2分弱、レーザー級なら7分は耐えられる設計だけど複数以上の同時照射では当てにならない数値よ。
Yeah.
それに機体に直接取り付かれることも致命的。近接防御用の兵装は一切装備してないからね。
I see. So normally, the Rutherford fields make it all but invulnerable, but since they aren't on at all times, we have to help protect it.
とにかくこのタイミングにベータを寄せ付けないようにしてちょうだい。それがあんたたちの最も重要な任務だからね。
了解。
Roger.
あとはそうね、大丈夫だとは言っても手記に負担がかかるからなるべくレーザー照射させないようにしてちょうだい。
Yeah, just because it can take the hit doesn't mean you should let it take the hit.
了解。
Roger.
まあ作戦が順調にいけばそんな事態にはならないけど、とりあえず以上。
It's definitely got a few weak points, but the Susanoo O is clearly in a league of its own as a piece of weaponry. Hard to believe Sumiko is going to be the one piloting it. At any rate, I'm pretty sure it's still the 00 unit they're trying to evaluate here, even if the official purpose of the operation is to test the Susanoo O. Man, I consider piloting a TSF, but this behemoth? Gotta admit, I'm a little worried.
オルタネイティブ4の成否はこの作戦の結果が大きく影響するわ。頼んだわよ。
了解。
Ma'am.
すでに本作戦は発動している。諸君は明朝の出撃に備え万全な準備を整えたまえ。以上だ。
敬礼。
私は帝国海軍の作戦機関従順最上から指揮を取るから。じゃあ佐渡島で会いましょう。
Yeah, I'll bring you some souvenirs. So this is gonna be on the front lines too? Is she just required to be there to monitor the 00's practical assessment? Or is that just a sign of how confident she is in the Susanoo O?
スサノオ2型の作戦コードは A02 とする。高21号作戦と我々の任務に関するブリーフィングは以上だ。
Fuck, dude.
明朝の固執は丸2丸々とする。夕食後は身辺整理をしてさっさと寝るんだ。いいな。
Put her affairs in order? Yeah, write your will. That seems like a pretty pessimistic way to go into this thing. Though, I guess it's no different from when they had us write our wills the other day.
そうだ。遺品を受け取った者が悲しむようなものは処分するか分けておけ。
Things that might upset them? Yeah, put that fucking 2-foot long dildo in a different box. What the hell does she mean by that?
いいから整理だけはしておけ。無事に帰ってくれば済むことだ。
Yes, ma'am.
例えばだ。お前が早瀬中尉のシャワー室を隠し撮りしていたとする。
Who the hell would do a thing like that? What is this chick's problem?
ああもきっぱり言われると結構腹が立つものね。
Come on, quit joking around.
なんだ、年上は好みじゃないのか。じゃあ、綾峰あたりか。
I mean, yes, but also no for the first one, but yes for the second question.
それはあんたの好みでしょ。
ポ。
Not you two.
いかがわしい写真とかピンナップ。とにかく受け取った遺族ががっかりするようなものは
Yeah.
分けておきなさいってことよ。
I gotta do something with that stack of Dojin I bought at a con once. Now they're just sitting in the closet in some box somewhere that, you know, not gonna do anything with them. I just bought them because they were there. I promise. I don't know why I have to defend myself to you people. I'm a grown man. I can make my own decisions. Just sometimes they're not the best decisions. And now I'm just stuck with some Dojin, and I can't just like throw them in a bush. Oh, that's what she meant. In that case, I've got nothing to worry about.
なんだ、隠さなくてもいいぞ。そういう年頃なんだ。
I really don't think this Takaru has any porn mags. I said I don't have any. Besides, what about you, huh? I bet you got a ton of stuff you need to set aside.
なぜそれを？ああ、なるほど。お前は私を隠し撮りしているんだな。
Please, I'm tired of being the voyeur here.
そうか。そこまで言うなら仕方がないな。整備が終わったら私の部屋に来い。
I'm down. Huh?
隠し撮りではなく直接見たいんだろ。
Can't back down now. She's gonna make you look like a bitch in front of everyone. Oh no! What are you saying?
白金少尉、あなたは注意の冗談に反応しすぎるから面白がられているのよ。もう少しうまく流すことができればからかわれなくて済むのにね。
It's like a squeaky toy with a dog. Dog's not gonna play with it unless it fucking squeals when they bite it. I'll do my best, Lieutenant. Thanks.
なんだ、瞳子が良かったのか。それならそうと早く言えばいいのに。
I mean it. Quit giving me the fucking stink eye. Yes, ma'am. Duly noted.
ほらほら、じゃれ合うのは夕食の後にしろ。
失礼しました。
よし、では各自速やかにハンガーに向かい機体のチェックを済ませるんだ。いつもより入念にだぞ。
了解。
Ma'am.
以上、解散。
The Susano Mark II, huh? I can't believe Alternative 4 had such a massive secret weapon up its sleeve. As far as I can tell, Sumika's definitely going to be the one piloting it. I thought the Double O unit was supposed to be reading the beta's minds, though. Was it actually designed to pilot that colossal death machine? I guess I better go see Yuko-sensei once I'm done tuning for the day. She might be too busy to meet with me, but I've got all sorts of questions to ask her about Sumika and the Susano O.
白金少尉
Oh, Lieutenant Tsukiyomi! It's been a while. I didn't realize she came back. I haven't seen her since she left to escort the Shogun back to the capital. Though to be fair, I wasn't in this world for much longer after that. Hey, I wanted to thank you for all your help during the coup d'etat.
その件で礼を言うべきなのは私だ。貴様が殿下をお守りしたこと。メイヤ様。
No, really. It was nothing.
そして、遅ればせながら、任官おめでとう、少尉。
Oh, thank you very much. Right. Now I get why I didn't recognize her the instant I heard her voice. I'm not used to her addressing me that way. Up until now, she's always called me by my full name.
それに、神宮寺軍曹の一件は、返す返すも残念だったな。
Very unfortunate, yes. Thanks.
あの者は立派な共同官であり、優秀な英士でもあった。共に戦ったのは、かの事件のみであったが、長年の戦友を失った思いだ。
Hey man, that's how the cookie crumbles. I can see why. Even when Lieutenant Tsukiyomi and Major Walken... Walken? I still can't fucking do his name. Major Walken. I'll just go with Walken. I don't like Walken. Let's go with Walken. Hey, I'm walking here. Major Walken. He's from New York. We're at odds with each other. Sergeant Jinkuji made an effort to explain where the Empire was coming from, while staying true to her position as a UN soldier.
光月副司令から伺ったが、貴様はあの直後、別動任務に赴いたそうだな。
Yeah, I did. Yuga-sensei told her about that? Well, she probably didn't spill the fact that I was in another world, at least. She said she'd take that to her grave. Wait, but what if Lieutenant Tsukiyomi found something out about my mission some other way?
メイヤ様も大層心配なさっていたが、息災であるようだな。
It's alright. I'm alright, yeah. Wait, she talked to Maya too? Oh god. Maybe she's here to chew me out for throwing myself on her before I ran away. First Lieutenant?
なんだ?
Am I in trouble again?
そう構えるな。今日は貴様に難癖をつけに来たのではない。
Yeah, you got a guilty conscience, bud?
何か身に覚えが?
No, it's just that you typically don't come talk to me unless you've got something to scold me about.
出撃前の忙しい時に迷惑なのは承知しているが、少々時間をもらいたい。
Oh, no worries. I can spare some time. Man, this feels weird. And not just because of the way she's addressing me either. I don't feel the same tension in her demeanor. Demeanor? It's like she's loosened up a bit.
では場所を変えよう。ここでは少々話しがたい。
Understood. Everyone's still in here doing checks on their TSFs, so they might be able to listen in on us. And since I've got no clue what she's about to tell me, I'm more than happy to find somewhere with a bit more privacy. I know just a spot. Follow me. Yeah, this should be good enough. Can't imagine anybody eavesdropping on us up here. So, what is it you wanted to talk about, First Lieutenant?
実は、私個人としての頼み事があってきたのだ。
What, keep Maya safe? Yeah, we already planned on that, huh? I thought something was off, so that's why. For someone who's always so strictly business, it must be something pretty serious for her to ask me for something personal. A personal favor? Like what? Could it be about the XM3? Nah, I highly doubt that.
メイヤ様を頼む。
Huh?
すでに正規兵となった貴様にこのようなことを頼むこと自体愚昧であるのは重々承知している。ましてこれまでの貴様に対する言動を顧みれば 恥知らずな物言いだということも。
First Lieutenant.
情けない話ではあるが、それでも貴様にしか頼めない。貴様にも任務がある。その上でできる限りで構わない。もし万が一戦場において名夜様が死に急ごうとされた時、一言諌めて差し上げてくれるだけで良いのだ。
What? Like when she offered to be the Shogun's body double? Lieutenant Tsukiyomi was in support of that idea, though. Not that she had much of a choice, of course. It was either her or the Shogun, who she's sworn to protect. But by offering to escort her to the negotiations with Captain Sagiri, I was able to dissuade her from trying to take him on all by
貴
herself.
様になら、貴様の言葉であれば、名夜様も耳を貸すに違いない。
Shogun said something similar, actually, that she knew Maya would accept any gift, as long as it came from me.
この通りだ。
Hey, CGs, let's go. What the hell? She's bowing down to me? Hang on a second, First Lieutenant. Please, this isn't necessary. I mean it. Even if you hadn't asked, I'd never let Maya do anything reckless. So please, raise your head.
醜態を晒したな。許せ。
Seriously, though? What's this all about? It's not like you at all.
そうか。
Did something happen, or what?
特に何があったというわけではない。この絵の軍人である私にとって、貴様は依然最も警戒すべき人物だ。
Yeah, of course. She knows that I'm supposed to be dead. It only makes sense for her to be suspicious.
だが、私個人としては、貴様の人間性は信じている。
Huh?
いや、信じたいと思っている。と言った方が正直だな。
She wants to trust me? First Lieutenant?
なんだ、
What caused this change of heart?
なぜか。そうだな。
I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that you should be dead, she would have literally, like, no reason to distrust you?
先の事件以来、殿下が貴様に全幅の信頼をお寄せになっていること。
Oh, wow. Her Highness spoke so highly of me, she even caused Lieutenant Tsukiyomi wanted that San there out of fucking force of habit to have a change of heart? Honestly, I don't feel remotely worthy of her
だ
praise.
が、私にとっては、サギリ大尉に包囲された際の貴様の言動、あれがきっかけになったのであろうな。貴様が何者であろうが、本質的な人間性は信じることができるのかもしれない。
But I could have been a secret agent putting on an act to earn Her Highness's trust. That's what you would have assumed before, right?
確かにそうだな。
Holy shit, did she just laugh?
だが、貴様がどこぞの工作員だとすると、桁外れな無能であろう。名夜様を生かすべき最大の機会を見送り、手にした殿下の信頼も全く利用しないのだからな。あるいは最高に優秀であるがゆえに未だ無能を演じているのか。いずれにせよ、ここに来て貴様が名夜様にあだなすとは考えがたい。
How can you be so sure?
今も言ったであろう。名夜様を最大限に利用する機会はかの事件だった。だが貴様はうまく利用するどころか、リスクを負ってまで名夜様の手助けをした。あの事件以降、名夜様の政治的利用価値は喪失している。任官した事実を見てもそれは明らかだ。
So Lieutenant Tsukiyomi did know the truth about Unit A01. I guess that explains why she was so displeased about Maya being stationed here.
もはや貴様が名夜様に手をかけるとすれば、個人的な殺意しかありえない。しかしそれとて、これまでにも十分機会があったにもかかわらず、貴様は実行に及んでいない。
I see. So you're convinced Maya's safe with me then?
貴様にいかなる裏があれど、それは名夜様云々とは別の目的を達成するためなのであろう。そうでなければ、これまでのことに説明がつかない。
Okay, but clearly you're not 100% convinced. If you felt the need to make this a personal request, so I take it you're here looking for some additional reassurance? She was watching me like a hawk from her Takemikazuchi during the last operation. I'm guessing she's trying to convince herself that she won't need to do that anymore.
確かにそれもある。だが、ことここに及んでは、もう貴様を信頼するしかない。
What do you mean?
メイヤ様が承認し、オルタネイティブ計画直属の特殊任務部隊に属した以上、いかにこの絵といえど、常におそばに控えるわけにはいかないのだ。
Huh? Why not? Isn't that what you've been doing this whole time? Are you telling me your unit isn't going to be involved in this operation?
貴様たちはもはや訓練部隊ではない。私たちが随伴する名目はない。
Can't be babied any longer. But, I mean, Japan is an alternative force host country, right? Isn't that why they stationed you here to begin with?
貴様のその言動が演技でないことを祈るばかりだ。
Huh?
貴様が計りごとを秘め、まさにこの機会を伺っていたのであれば、私の乾杯だからな。本当の理由を言おう。
Huh? What do you mean?
私の部隊はメイヤ様をお守りする任を解かれたのだ。
Huh? But why?
125事件の結果、殿下と帝国議会、そして軍の関係は本来あるべき姿へと是正された。
Wait, really?
仙台臨時政府は決起鎮圧の8日後、12月14日に解散を決議し、即日新内閣が組閣された。
Hey, let's go. What? And all this happened while I was over in the other world? And I guess the IJFs officially dubbed it as the 12-5 incident? News to me.
正直に言えば、この結果には私も驚いている。これも決起した者たちの執念なのか。
Yeah, this is exactly what Captain Sagiri wanted, but still, why would they give her different bodyguards though? No one knows Maya better than she's not getting them.
私が解任されたという話ではないのだ。
What? How could they just abandon her like that? She's a big girl now. You can't be serious. Why the hell would they do that? I mean, Maya's a relative of the Shogun, isn't she? What? Why are you looking at me like that? What is it?
貴様、本当に知らないのか？
Huh?
殿下がどのようなお立場なのか、本当に知らないのか？
Uh-oh. I only have a vague understanding of how politics work in this world from my experiences in the previous timeline. I mean, I thought the Grand Shogun was the most powerful person in all of Japan, right? Isn't she? Was that not specific enough? Honestly, I never cared that much about politics, which is the main reason I never asked Sensei about any of this.
建前としては間違っていない。
In the public eye?
だが、本当に何も分かっていないようだな。やはり貴様はこの国の人間ではないのだな。
Ah, damn it. Of all the times to slip up, I didn't think this stuff about May and Her Highness was gonna come up again. I didn't bother learning anymore, because I didn't think it would change anything between May and me. First Lieutenant,
今さらそれが分かったところでどうしようもないか。
Huh?
本当に有能なのか無能なのかよくわからんわ。
Definitely incompetent. First Lieutenant.
それでもメイヤ様のことを貴様に委ねたくなるのはなぜなのだろうな。
Wow, she trusts me that much? She said it was because the Shogun believes in me, but it sounds more about how much I mean to Maya. And yet, I can't just tell her the truth about where I'm from. It'll only make her even more suspicious of me. I'm really sorry, First Lieutenant. I can't tell you anything.
分かっている。貴様も軍人であり、極秘計画に携わっている以上、それが正しいのだ。
Sorry.
では、将軍職について教えてやろう。日本人であれば、 誰でも知っていることだ。貴様が何者であれ知っておいて損はない。
Thanks, I appreciate it.
征夷大将軍とは帝国議会の上位執政機関である元数府の長であり、皇帝陛下に任命される国事全権総代の称号だ。
It's the highest management agency from the council given authority over all matters of state by the emperor. Okay. The Regency Council? Well, yeah. Because, you know, a regency. There's an emperor still. The shogun can't exist without the emperor.
古い言葉で言えば摂政だ。皇帝陛下の執政にお力添えするため、摂政職を機関化した組織が元数府だ。
So, is the emperor top dog again?
その機能はアメリカでいうところの大統領府のようなもの。
Okay. Yikes. She's completely convinced I'm a foreigner. Though, I guess I am, in a sense, so whatever.
ただ大統領とは違い、征夷大将軍は選挙で選ばれるものではない。元数府を構成する御石家の党首衆からお一方が皇帝陛下より任命されるのだ。
Sorry, what are the 5 Regency houses? She already thinks I'm a foreigner, so I might as well keep asking questions.
1867年、欧米列強の脅威に抗するために倒幕派大名と将軍家が大同団結し、大政奉還が成立した。知っているか？
Yeah, totally. Oh, great, modern history. I didn't even take history as my sophomore elective back in my world. Man, how the heck would I know anything about it in this one?
その際、元数府を設置した公務員、斑鳩、西園寺、九条、高司の五大武家を
Oh, wait,
ご
set
摂政
aside
と
their
称するのだ。
differences? Didn't this lead to, like, a civil war, essentially? Or settled their differences and united. I don't know how much she means by settled. Like, did they fucking get in a fight behind the 7-Eleven and once it was over it was settled? Or did they, like, talk it over at, like, a cafe and be like, yeah, okay, yeah, this is settled now? Huh. Guess I never knew about any of these little discrepancies between our world's histories, though Sensei probably would have pointed them out if I'd gone into more detail about mine. But why would I do that? I don't really have an interest in history or politics of any world, honestly. As someone who plays a lot of grand strategy games that have fucking alternate timeline mods, you know, that's just my jam, son. And I mean, it never put me at a disadvantage in the previous timeline, though that might just be because this is a UN military base.
将軍は当初、国事の一切を取り仕切っていたのだが、敗戦とその後の占領政策によって名誉職にも等しい存在とされてしまっていたのだ。
I guess she's talking about the post-war occupation of Japan by America, and after all that, they even broke off the security treaty in this world. No wonder there's so much contempt for America over here. So the shogun used to have all the power, and then the Americans came along and stripped it all away to make us easier to control?
その通りだが、殿下がいかに国事全権代行とはいえ、
bump my mic.
帝国が立憲君主制である以上、その権勢はもともと一定の制限を受けているのだ。
A constitutional monarchy, huh?
だが、ベータの地球降下以降、非常時という名目でその制限範囲を軍部が拡大解釈し、政府もそれに引っ張られていたのが実情だ。こたび、その拡大解釈が是正され、将軍職本来の権限が殿下に返上されたのだ。
I see. So basically, the military and their allies in the government had commandeered the shogun's power, using the war as an excuse to further extend their authority. Yeah, but wait a second. If the shogun has all the power again, then it makes even less sense to take away Mei's bodyguards, doesn't it?
我が部隊の解任を決定したのは上大将だ。殿下ではない。
But can't you just veto that if she's...
先ほども言ったが、帝国は絶対君主制ではない。全権代行である将軍はもちろん、たとえ皇帝陛下であっても、個人の好き勝手にはできない。
Not an absolute monarchy. then why does everyone seem to think they can?
そのような印象を与えるように仕組まれていたからな。
Huh?
民がそのように感じているよしは、為政者にとってその方が都合が良いからだ。非常時に人心を束ねる方策としてな。特に軍上層部の強硬派は対ベータ戦における統帥権の独立を図るために殿下をそのように見せておく必要があったのだ。
Then not only was she merely a figurehead, but they could also use her as a scapegoat if things go south. Wow, I think I finally understand exactly why Captain Sagiri rebelled. And yet, but still, if they allowed her to give Maya bodyguards before, then why can't she do the same thing now that she's supposedly got more authority? Makes no sense.
それは別の問題だ。以前はメイヤ様の置かれたお立場によって特例が認められていたに過ぎない。つまり殿下と為政者との利害が一致していたのだ。
And now they don't. So they're just abandoning her? Cat's out of the bag, son. Can't do much about it now. So the reason they're removing you guys from your post is because Mei is no longer valuable to them?
確かにそれは全くの無関係ではない。だがこたびの措置は誠の意味で殿下を重んずる体制となったがゆえのことなのだ。
That makes zero sense whatsoever.
ひとたびであれ、囚人監視の中、殿下の身代わりに立たれたメイヤ様の存在は、今や将軍家、いや、上大将上層部の頭痛の種となっている。
は？
何故メイヤ様が今のようなお立場にあるかを考えればわかろう。
いにしえより公部員家には双子は世を分ける意味語だとするしきたりがあるのです。
そのしきたりによってあの者は生まれてすぐに東園の三剣家に養子に出されたのです。
少なくともアメリカ軍にメイヤ様の存在が知られていることは間違いない。
Oh yeah, the Americans went back to retrieve the remains of their fallen soldiers and TSFs, didn't they? Assuming the hard drives were intact, they'd have plenty of audio and video evidence.
上大将はアメリカ諜報機関にメイヤ様の出自
So
を
is
探られ、
CIA.
先の事件のような計りごとに担ぎ出されまいかと恐れているのだ。
Man, fuck the CIA. Wait, the Shogunate can't be trying to get Maya. No, that's probably exactly what they're doing.
125事件の際に貴様の隊にこの絵が随伴した理由は予測される殿下の警護のためという理由で
Honestly, it's what I do when I play CK3. You get a shit son that is gonna split your realm in half because of inheritance laws that you can't change because you haven't researched, got far enough along in the tech tree where you can do like a primogenitor where everyone gets everything. So it's like, all right, my administrator fucking bean counter son, you are now gonna lead this big army against this other big army. And I don't expect you to win. If anything, I expect you to die because you have 0 martial and all your traits give you negatives in combat. So, good luck, kid.
だがこたびの作戦で貴様の部隊にこの絵が随伴する名目は何もない。最も貴様の部隊はオルタネイティブ計画直属の極秘任務部隊。門外
In other words, now that Mei has been disowned by the house of the Shogun, there is no reason to protect her.
その通りだ。
So that's why I didn't see Lieutenant Tsukiyomi around when I first got back. So then, the whole reason Mei got promoted was because the Shogun's hoping she'll get killed in battle? Mei probably knew this would happen as soon as she got commissioned. Actually, I'm sure she knew it from the moment she volunteered to take the Shogun's place. But of course, she'd never just throw her life away for no good reason. I'm sure she'd want a meaningful death, to give her life in battle, fighting in the name of her highness and her countrymen. So now, more than ever before, she's going to be actively looking for ways to put herself in danger, a chance to sacrifice herself for the sake of the mission. That's just the kind of person she is. And that's why you came to me. You're so worried about her that you defied the will of the shogunate and bowed your head to the likes of me. Isn't that right? That must be why you told me the real reason they're not guarding her anymore. I know you'd never let that slip otherwise. I don't know why you're freaking out here, bud. Ah, god damn it. This is all so wrong. She cares more than anyone about the Shogun and her country. She risked her life as Her Highness's body double.
これ以上は何も話せない。
Ah, this isn't fair. Is it, though? You know, everyone else doesn't have elite bodyguard units. If anything, it's now more fair? This is just too cruel. Though I will miss you, Tsukiyomi. And I'm sure they both know all about this too, don't they?
無論お二方ともご存知だ。
God damn it! How can they just accept this pointless cruelty? They didn't choose this life. I guess this means she really is alone now. All she has left is the doll Her Highness gave her. So that's why she was so insistent about that.
白金少尉、分かっているとは思うが。
Yeah, don't worry. I'll pretend I don't know anything. I won't tell Maya you came out here to see me. At the very least, she won't hear it from me.
すまぬ。
There's no way I could talk to her about this. I don't even have the right, damn it. There's no solution that'll please everyone, and sometimes that means you've got to bite the bullet and do what needs to be done. I know that's why Her Highness made this decision, and I know that's why May accepted it too. It's not my place to reopen old wounds, just because I don't think it's fair.
貴様の普段と何も変わらない態度こそが名ヤ様にとっては最も嬉しいはずだからな。
I'm grateful to her for exactly the same thing. Even after I nearly threw myself on her, Maya still welcomed me back as if nothing ever happened. And it's just not that she forgave me either. She was genuinely willing to sacrifice her body if it would help me make it past Sergeant Jinguchi's death, even when she had all the emotional baggage swirling around in her head and on top of her own grief.
泣き言を言うでない。そなたは自らの意志でその立場に立ったのだ。物が都合に合わせ、力持つ者と持たぬ者の立場を使い分けるのはやめるがよい。腕を失おうが足を失おうが、生きている限り戦うことはできる。次がない死者たちのためにも、聖ある者がそれをなすべきであろう。皆、人類の勝利を信じるからこそ、それぞれが負う役割に準じてゆけるのだ。その悲願を達成することこそが生かされた者の義務だ。私はそう思っている。月並みだが、私にも守りたいものがあるのだ。この星、この国の民、そして日本という国だ。
No, she's nothing like me. She's never been the type to let her emotions control her or give in to despair. She's been prepared for this since long before she stood in for the Shogun. Ever since the day she was born, she knew this might happen. That's why she can accept this so easily.
名ヤ様のこと、何卒よろしくお願いいたします。
Tsukiyomi-san has always cared so deeply for Maya, both in this world and in mine. It seems so effortless for her to make the call about letting Maya take the Shogun's place, but right now, it's obvious that she can't bear the thought of leaving Maya on her own. She feels the same way about Maya as Maya felt about the old woman at Mount Tengen.
私はあのご老人が亡くなるかどうかは正直あまり問題ではないと思っている。
は？
命があれば良いという単純な問題ではない。生きているのと生かされているのとではまるで違う。
けどお前死んじまったら。
そこに自分の意志があるかどうかが問題なのだ。それが反映できるかどうかが問題なのだ。
言いたいことはわかるけどさ。
タケルも考えてみてほしい。自分の大切なものが自分の意志とは無関係に奪われてしまうのだ。
I think I finally understand. Maya must have been projecting her own feelings onto that old woman. She's been jerked around by the government her entire life, but she couldn't bear to force that fate upon anyone else. That's why she was willing to break military regulations. She let her emotions take precedent over her duty, just like Lieutenant Tsukiyomi's doing right now. She's just as human as the rest of us. First Lieutenant, I have faith in Maya.
白金。
And while I can't say with confidence that I understand how she feels or what she's going through, I do think that this might finally be a chance for her to start living her life on her own terms. Sure, she'll lose a lot of her special privileges, but she never asked for those in the first place. Honestly, I think she prefers being treated as a normal person rather than a member of the Shogun's family. And now that she's been freed from the shackles of her lineage, maybe she'll finally start to feel comfortable with just being Mitsurugi Meiya. I'm sure she still has every intention of laying her life on the line to fight in the name of Her Highness and her people, but I really don't think she'd ever do something rash just to get herself killed. Of course, I can't promise she won't go berserk or try something crazy, but I sincerely doubt it. What I can promise, though, is that if it ever comes to that, I'll knock her around until she snaps out of it. After all, I don't have to worry about you murdering me for it anymore.
さてどうかな。
Okay, fine. I'll just give her a slap on the cheek then.
では私も
Which
飛び
cheeks?
蹴り程度で済ますとしよう。
Wow. That's the thanks I get for saving her life? It doesn't seem too fair.
安心しろ。この世の中に割に合う役目など存在しないからな。
You can say that again. I can't believe I'm sharing a laugh with this world's version of Tsukiyomi-san. I never thought I'd see the day. Perhaps this means she's finally starting to accept me. That makes me really happy. So, where will you be going from here?
高21号作戦ではウィスキー部隊に随伴する。
On the other side of the island. I see. There's probably another relative of the Shogun among those troops then. Perhaps an old adage about the nobility being the first to spill their blood on the front lines is finally starting to be enforced, now that the government's been restored. Whiskey Unit's job is to charge right in and create a diversion. There's already a pretty slim chance of survival, and if Tsukiyomi-san's flight has to defend some aristocrat on top of that. I see. So that's why she has to ask me this now. And what about after that?
生還できたなら年内まではこの基地にとどまる。その後はいずこへ赴くやら。
Great. So I'll see you after the operation then.
だとよいが、貴様が開発したという新型 OS の能力次第だな。
Is everyone going to be using the new OS? Because this will be a good chance to get some fucking mass data. First Lieutenant. Well, may the winds of fortune be at your back.
オルタネイティブ4の成否に人類の存亡がかかっている。こたびの作戦において貴様の部隊の使命は重い。これまでの話と矛盾するが、メイヤ様のことはあくまで余力の範囲で構わぬ。任務の遂行を最優先してほしい。
We won't let it come to that. Yeah, I know.
時間を取らせてすまなかった。
It's fine.
ブーンを。
Thank you very much. Whew, it's over. That was a long talk with the lieutenant there, but with that talk done, we are going to end it here for today. So, thank you for watching, everybody. I hope to see you guys next time for another episode of MUV Love Alternative. See you then. Later.